And we should be live.
Hello, guys. Welcome back. It's David with my special guest, Professor Scott. How you doing, buddy?
It's great to be back.
We have a fantastic show for you today, just so you know. Very fantastic. I got my genius hat on for this show because I need to hold my own against Scott here. This is Professor Scott, dude.
Oh, come on, man.
Went from gaming, so the gaming boss of bosses, to the UNLV gaming professor of, I don't know, something.
It's going good.
Yeah, it's going pretty fantastic, dude. That's a good gig if you can get it, no?
Yeah, no, I love it. It's really great to have an opportunity to get back to UNLV, and it's where I went to school. And
that's right.
I really cherished the opportunity to be back there and start with the next generation.
Dude, it's
the leaders of the future.
The leaders of the future. We have some of your leaders at our school, by the way, CEG Dealer School. And fantastic. In fact, some of them have gone on to be interns, have been part of the Station Casino intern program and a few other very interesting programs.
It's amazing now. I mean, I've got a bunch of students that are really making their own mark in the business now, and I've got my interns when I was in industry that were coming from UNLV. They've got some big jobs in town now. So
yeah,
it's really exciting.
Yeah, 100%. All right, I'm going to give you a little summary of what we're going to talk about today to get you guys excited, so you stick by us and hang out. We are doing Coming Soon to Vegas, so we have a whole list of things, really big topics. I'll go down them really quickly, but we're gonna get back to the UNLV thing really quick. We're gonna cover that'll be my David's one little tangent before we get to the other tangent. And by the way, we got Scott here, so you know that between the both of us, there's gonna be a few stories thrown around. We just got to get our brains triggered, dude.
Right.
We got to get our brains triggered.
When you called me last night, I'm like, I told you all my stories, and I go lay
always
down. I'm
stories.
like, okay, there you go.
The stories are going to be there. No worries.
Okay.
Okay. So if you don't already know, there's a whole bunch of new casinos, new developments that are coming to Vegas, of which we got some news about the Vegas Loop, the Tesla Loop. We have some news about the upgrades with the Fontainebleau. I say Fontainebleau. I don't know how the hell you're supposed to. Is it Fontainebleau? It's like a French
If
word.
you want to go bleu, go bleu. I'm going to go blue if you don't mind.
Blue, Fontainebleau. How American of you, sir. It's we also have like Bally's as being a horseshoe. Trop is going to be the Bally's. We both have worked for Station Casinos, although me as a dealer and Scott as a boss. So we have some updates on, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of things coming with Station Casinos, of course. We have something I'm very excited about is the MSG Sphere. I think that's going to put, it's like putting the Arc de Triomphe here in Vegas, dude.
Are you taking French classes?
I actually, je parle un peu de français. Like,
wow.
Wow, holy smokes.
You know, you don't have to flex to everybody.
Should I flex? You want me to, wait, what?
No, you're flexing your French.
Oh, my French, yes.
I think he's really wearing out that genius hat. How do you think, Dennis?
No, we love this hat, dude. By the way, we have these hats for sale. ShopCasinoQuest.com at the race. Okay, we also have some news about the Mirage.
Yeah.
There's a few other things. So we have some really cool news. Trop is now Bally's. What else?
Durango Station's very exciting
coming.
News.
Yeah, we have some very exciting news. But hold on. So I know that we have a huge audience of people that have been learning, and forever in Vegas, the bar was a bit low on the dealer's side. You didn't need a college degree. They didn't even ask you for a high school diploma, really. Basic jobs never required credit. There were a few casinos, a la the old Horseshoe, that the bar was really low. You had to be able to deal, but other than that, you know what I mean? There weren't a lot of prerequisites. Go ahead.
Just pass the background check.
You just gotta, and the background check was like, you know what I mean?
And we'll let you deal while you're going through your background check, and if it doesn't work out so much, we'll tap you on the shoulder and ask you to try again later.
As long as you didn't steal back in the day, as long as there was no theft, if you passed a bad check, you were screwed. But I noticed I actually worked with somebody. Part of my origin story, I worked at a casino with a guy that did 10 years for manslaughter. And I'm not trying to make it so supposedly it was self-defense. It wasn't self-defense, by the way.
Allegedly,
man. No, he went to jail. He was convicted of it for sure. But he was part of, let's just say he worked downtown. He was part of a security detail. And a man ended up passing away. They were a little harsh with him. And so, you know what I mean? So that's what happened. But he ended up working as a...
Was he past posting?
No, he wasn't past post. I think he ran out of like the cafe. You know, he forgot to pay, or he just didn't pay, or whatever the case was. But you know, they used to deal with you a little. You know what I mean?
Dine and Dash is a death sentence.
They was like, yeah, Dine and Dash in Vegas was that was a tough. Did you hear about that guy at the Four Queens years ago who like, you know, ran out on an 85-cent ticket and they shot him in the back? I shouldn't be laughing, by the way. That's terrible. But back when the mob ran the place, you didn't mess. They made a point they perped everybody. Like if you didn't, you know, and so guess what? You didn't run out of that check. You heard about that, and even if it wasn't true, that, you know, you weren't about to, like, you're gonna pay your bill, dude, and be nice. You know what I mean? You didn't mess with those.
Or counting cards at the Horseshoe.
I mean, remember the Crazy Horse? Remember all that? I mean, it's shut down now because you can't run that kind of business. So if you don't know that if you didn't agree to the bill, so when you went to the Crazy Horse 2, right, which is now shut down, they've had a fire, it's about to close. You would give them your credit card, and they would tell you what you owed afterwards. There was no line items. They didn't just like, hey, you got 2 drinks and you patted a girl and, you know what I mean, you got a lap dance, and, you know, they wouldn't. There was like, listen, sir, here's a $1,500. They would measure you up and see what they thought you can afford, and if you didn't agree, they'd be like, well, let's talk about it over here. Yeah. Seriously.
No,
you know, you heard the story.
Somebody got.
Yeah, someone got hurt and it didn't go well, and ultimately
time.
that guy sued and won. You know, and he basically owned. Anyways, all right. So we got some topics, but it's fantastic that Scott, you know, because Scott came up in the gaming business. You started UNLV. You got a degree that helped you, become a boss. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, late in action.
Late in action, but a lot of bosses have no degrees. There's a lot of bosses.
My
in
thing
town.
was I'm working at the Mirage. It was like awesome. When the Mirage first opened, I'm at the Mirage, and it was called MAP students, a management apprentice program or something like that.
Right.
But I'm watching these young guys coming right out of UNLV, and bam, they're getting these monster jobs. And, you know,
wait a minute.
I'm in almost 20 years here. I'm grinding really hard. And so I said, you know, I could either cry about it or go back to school and try to make this happen. And
you did.
That's what it was. Yeah. I went back and got a bachelor's degree, and then I thought I was done, and I won a scholarship for graduate school.
Oh, wow.
And you know me, I'm too frugal to just and you can't cash it in or deposit it, you know.
No student loan deferment back then.
Yeah, no.
So because my first management team, actually, you know, my first time I ever put on a suit was Casino Boardwalk. I used to go play across the street at the Holiday. And the owner of the Holiday, you know, he opened that land. By the way, that guy hated Steve Wynn. Him and the Klondike owner, they would come in, they would take up a side of the game, and they would talk so much smack about Steve Wynn. He's the guy that owned the parking lot, right? That inside of the back of Bellagio. That wouldn't, remember? You know, he would not move. They offered him a fortune to move. He was like, nah, it's Wynn's property.
How'd that work out for him?
Nah, well, he died. His wife took everything, but. He was really nice. He was a really nice guy. Norbert, something like this. And he worked for Aria. He worked himself right to the grave. I mean, he was just so rich, dude. But just loved being part. Especially, he started out as a crap dealer, working at the Flamingo for Bugsy Siegel back in the day. He took that money and bought the land of crop. That was the story. Now, whether it's true or not, I didn't check the deeds or anything else. But the Klondike, you know the Klondike? Yeah. Remember the Klondike Casino back in the day? They had a few tables. Guess
which hand?
Yeah, they filmed Vegas Vacation there. It was fantastic. Yeah, pick a number. And the guy with the card, they're like doing the card around. So that guy used to come in, he had the biggest, fattest pinky ring, and they would share stories about Vegas, which I love stories, dude. As much as I do, you know, we have our stories now. I love those stories. But these guys didn't have college education. There was no school of gaming per se. There was no school of hospitality. It was an industry that you know, you just.
The school of hard knocks.
It really was a school of hard knocks. You know, Vegas used to have one of the highest dropout rates in the country. Actually, it still does, sadly enough. And the reason for that is because you just say, hey, what do you need? What are you going to college for? Just go on the strip and get a job, and you'll make good money. And you did. You made good money. A lot of people raised their families. No high school diploma, there's no prerequisite, and then all of a sudden you have like this game-changing entity, UNLV. Really sort of, I'm quite surprised that I'm gonna say surprised. I mean, if you're gonna have that kind of school, Vegas is a place to do it. And now it's It's literally a top-notch school. You hear about it constantly.
Tier 1 research institution in the country.
I mean, it's amazing. So I was part of this actual management team in the mid to late 90s, opened Louisiana, or a few casinos, the Players Lake Charles, Bella Baton Rouge, Harrah's. And most of the people I work with really didn't have degrees. They were just familiar with the gaming process, and that's really what they were looking for. When I went to Players in Lake Charles or Bella Baton Rouge, director of surveillance, no college degree. Table games director, no college degree. And we would talk about, how this was literally the only profession where there wasn't, you were an expert by doing. There wasn't a lot, but
yeah, but it's kind of morphed now.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it's now with the corporate involvement and
yeah, 100%. We love it. I absolutely love it, and it gives you like this beeline. I personally was left out of a lot of opportunity because on my resume just didn't have college, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's a big up. If you want to get into casino management, boom, you go to UNLV, and now you have that on your resume.
#1 hospitality program in America again.
And you have people like you juicing, helping with that path, and helping with you're basically like the counselor. Like, here's a path. Here's the best way to do this. You follow?
Yeah.
Have all that guidance. I didn't have any guidance. I had break-in joints, and you know what I mean. I had just a lot of sweat and tears. But all right, well, let's get to it. I think we got to say hello to a few people because I know a lot of people are excited to see you. They've been asking about you forever, dude.
Come on.
No, really, forever.
Well, we have 2 little super chats to read. We have Alan Toy. He uses member thing for 17 minutes. He
Hi,
says,
Alan.
"Hello, Grandpa Keno Master. When will we see the 24-hour live Keno stream? See you in a month. How was recording at GVR?"
GVR is fantastic. We have our friend there. We are going to start live streaming from GVR here soon, and we really enjoy it. It's fantastic. By the way, okay, they have an entire area of Keno machines dedicated to Keno that used to be the poker room, which makes sense. Like, come on. If you're going to grind, Keno's the grind.
The next one is Andrew.
Yeah.
Gave us $10 Canadian.
Yeah.
Said, so excited, Scott is back.
Yeah. Everybody's been waiting for you,
Thank
man.
you very much.
You have no idea. Even people that come in here, they're like, "What happened to that Scott guy?" I'm like, "Dude, he's busy. He's a professor. What do you want from me?"
I come rolling in a couple months ago, like 2 or 3 months ago. I'm walking through the Cal, and there's a whole crap table of our Hawaiian friends.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
what's going on, man?
Yeah.
It was really cool.
No, they know you because it's what's amazing is our Hawaiian audience, our Hawaiian fans.
Oh yeah.
They're fantastic. So a lot of them, we always look forward to dealing to the Hawaiians where they're just all about the dice.
Oh, yeah.
And when they came in, you got real bets. You went from this grinding, silly bets to like,
Fun
holy
games.
crap, fun games.
Yeah.
135 across, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pressing, that kind of thing. And it's amazing how many of them have come in here and become. I got Hawaiian macadamias, dude. Like every couple of weeks, They've been trying to turn me on to the chocolate squid, dude. I'm out on the chocolate squid, just so you know. You don't need to bring me any more
Stay
squid.
with the coffee.
No, the coffee. We like the coffee.
Yeah,
the
stay with coffee.
Yeah, the coffee's fantastic.
Coffee's king.
Okay, so here, let's do this. Let's get right down to business, bro. We're ready. Okay. I got my notes.
What do you want to talk about first?
I think we should talk about the Fertitta.
Tillman
the other Fertitta.
Tillman Fertitta.
Can you imagine that same family producing all these successful Fertittas?
Multiple billionaires.
Just ridiculous. Just add that
The bar
to your
is so
name
high over there.
and just.
Can you imagine Christmas over there?
Oh
Or
my! What do you get
Thanksgiving
for each
table?
other? What do you get for each other?
Yeah.
I would just pick like an apple, dude. I mean, you just got to lower the bar. Can you imagine if you just try to outdo each other every year? You have nowhere to go.
Think about it for a second. Some of these incredible weddings that they produce.
Oh, God.
What do you bring for a gift?
Nah, you can't bring
What do you
anything.
bring for a
Underwear,
gift?
dude.
Bruno Mars is the entertainment.
Bruno
for the
Mars.
first half of the movie. For
Really?
the first
I know.
half. Yeah, I mean,
it's insane, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome.
By the way, they have.
Tillman Fertitta. What
Can
a player, huh?
I say I have a Fertitta story?
Go.
I used to work at a high-end dealership here in town, and they bought SLRs, like matching SLRs. Shh. I was able to see the SLRs down there. At the time, it was hush hush. But so they buy these SLRs, and they're coupes. You know the SLRs? It's a really hot $500,000 Mercedes-Benz. Really fast, sleek, really nice car. Phil Ivey owns one, by the way. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's our secret. It'll be our secret. Phil Ivey has one. So they have these SLRs. They buy them. But at the very same time, the new SLR Roadster, like the convertible version of this SLR, comes out. And they're sitting down there and they're talking to our high-end salesman, because I was a low-end salesman. I worked the internet sales. But there was this very dignified, sophisticated, much more sophisticated than me.
No way.
Yeah, no, 100%,
I'm not buying
dude.
it.
I was great for internet because I would get right to the point. Listen, it's a Mercedes-Benz. What do you want from me? It's like, why should I buy a Mercedes-Benz? Because it says Mercedes-Benz. What else do you need? I mean, they would try to
You went with the subtle approach?
I really did, dude. I'm like, listen, Kia's right next door if you have any doubts. You know what I mean? Here, could test drive that car, then come over. But anyways, so they put this massive deposit on these 2 cars because they were big. It was a limited edition. So they find out that the Roadster's coming. They're like, yeah, we don't want these cars. We got to take them back. By the way, they're like, and the guy's like, what do you mean you got to take them back? You can't just take them back. They're like, listen, do you see what we got a casino over here, dude. We're Fertittas, man. You can take it back. Guess what? They took them back. It was no problem. And they went on to get, these Roadster version of the car. So anyways, all right. Yeah, so the other Fertitta, the cousin, right?
Yeah.
He's a cousin. He owns the Nugget.
Golden Nugget downtown, Landry's restaurants.
Yeah.
There's a whole portfolio of these restaurants.
600 restaurants he owns.
Yeah.
And they have players.
That's what makes it so awesome.
Yeah.
When he buys the casino, instantly everybody else is out and his restaurants go in.
Oh,
so
that
he
makes
gets
sense.
a taste of everything.
And he has some great restaurants, by the way.
Yeah.
He's got Morton Steakhouse, Bubblegum Shrimp Company. They have one of those.
Charter House.
Yeah. So that's actually pretty cool. You open your own casino and you have all your own restaurants ready to go.
All the spaces are filled.
Yeah, so
sold out already.
So he bought property on the south end, towards Travelodge. Believe it or not, like Aria, they say they're city center, but it's not exactly center strip. So it's city center, but city center, their own thing. Like they say it's more like south, pushing south. But he bought what used to be the Travelodge. And he took that over, and now hopefully he's gonna make it a big fat resort.
Yeah, 6-acre property.
Yep.
270 million just
yeah,
for the land.
A lot of money. So
Big deal, over 40 million an acre.
It was a big deal because he paid a pretty penny for that one. No one knows for sure, but they're estimating it's gonna be $1 billion. It's gonna be something big. It's not gonna be. Big. It's gonna be big.
But on the scale, like what about 2,400 rooms, Dave? That's the chatter.
Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be $1 billion. $1 billion. They're gonna have a theater. They're gonna do everything that a large property. I have heard that the idea is a boutique feel. I don't know how you do that with a big ass property, but
yeah, and just think. I mean, Tillman Fertitta owns the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
So now that NBA presence, the talk. We'll talk later on in the.
Maybe the Las Vegas Rockets.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, I ultimately think all the professional teams will come. We're going to talk about that a little bit because we have some chatter.
We have chatter. We always
have chatter.
I have a couple super chats.
We love super chats.
LV Degen gave us $5. Says, have a dice with David in like 2 weeks. Looking forward to the stories you can't tell on YouTube and goofing off on the dice table.
By the way, just so you know, I have the R-rated versions that are somewhat unfiltered. I put on Patreon. I have the G-rated, PG-rated versions that come out here. And I have the holy God, I don't want to be canceled versions that I only share privately.
Remember where I work, Dave.
Don't tell them that.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. Because, if we're in the business long enough, you've got some interesting stories, dude. You know what I mean? We've got some interesting stories. Go ahead.
Tony gave us $4.99. Says, we're all wishing you could open a casino quest in Honolulu.
Oh, that's so fantastic. So I'll give you guys a little update on that. That's actual chatter. So there's a potential
I walked the space the other day.
You did?
Yeah, Karen and I went to Oahu for a couple days, and we were over at the beautiful mall.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
So we're
What a mall. It's unbelievable.
It is a beautiful space. It's a beautiful place. So it was originally like a Japanese cigar bar. It was modeled after sort of the Prohibition era. It's got actual brick, and it's really beautiful. And they've been looking for something, to do, which we would be perfect for that space. The problem for us, at least right now, is we're a little bit worried that all the recession news, everything going on in the world, or we're worrying what disposable income will be available. Will be one of those things that people can decide and opt out of very quickly, right? I mean, you got to eat, you got to pay your bills, So we're kind of long playing, but we think there's a long-term opportunity once we get over a few hurdles. We're right now we're pushing Oklahoma a little more. We think that's a better fit. It's much more affordable. We're gonna have a school there, it'll be the primary use with a Casino Quest, and you'll be able to come to that location and train to be a dealer. And we have some affordable housing options available for you, which really aren't a thing anymore in Vegas so much. So we think that Oklahoma in general will be a much better play just for our fans, people looking to get in this business. So that's kind of where we're sitting. We are working on our learning platform, these kinds of things. So we have a lot of stuff in the works. But anyways, thank you so much for that. I can't wait to get to Hawaii. I would love to be. He lives there already. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So it's like
I saw the light, but you know.
It's a natural evolution. But
I love Las Vegas, but I can't handle the summers anymore.
Yeah, no.
We got 4 more super chats. 2 from Derek.
Fantastic.
2 different $5 super chats
He's so
from Derek.
loaded, dude. He's just so
that says
PHAT.
Yeah.
He says go Rockets.
Go Rockets.
And then he also says got the ring. It fits just right.
Does it really? Oh, fantastic. We didn't need a bigger size for you, sir. It just went right on. Is it a pinky ring or do you got it on the index finger?
Oh my, yeah.
I could barely get this one on. I got to go up in size, strangely.
Robert Barnes says
Mr.
welcome
B.
back to the channel, Scott.
Mr. B is one of those that missed you. Yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, no. Good, some good education. Okay.
We have 2 more super chats. D1 Keys gave us $9.99. Says, I really want to get into the gaming business and learn as much as I can. Is there any online casino classes either at UNLV or maybe elsewhere for cheap?
Yes.
LMS is coming soon.
And we do have you can get started on CQDealers.com. We do have a platform there. But it's evolving. Okay, but CQDealers.com, it's $100. You get introduced to the game. Don't forget on Casino Quest, if you're interested in dice, I've done a lot of videos, not so much recently, but if you go back a little bit, and on YouTube for just $5, we stopped uploading on a regular basis, but there is an entire library of videos there where I teach classes, give intros, and primarily around dice. And if you go on Casino Quest, there are literally casinos have used some of my prop lessons and these kinds of things for their use. So it's a great way to just at least get acclimated, maybe just get introduced to it.
The 2 classes I have online at UNLV, the craps lesson that you and I did over here a couple years ago, and the Blackjack with Alex. I mean, they're super well received by the students. I mean, it's
thank you,
really
sir.
good stuff. Plus, your production team did an incredible job.
Wow. Holy smokes.
#1 dealer school in America.
If you're going to get in there, just get in there all the way, sir. We like it deep over here. See, all right.
We have 1 more super chat.
Holy smokes.
From Derek, $4.99.
Hi, Derek.
We love Scott, and we just deal with David and Dennis.
Oh, that's true.
Don't leave us.
Yeah. We're the filler, dude, until you show up again. That's how it works. Okay. So there's an interesting. So if we move further, there's another hotel that's being built. It's called the Dream.
Yes.
It's a boutique hotel and casino that's going to be built. It's much more scaled down, and it's supposed to be done by 2024. They have broken ground, and they have the bulletins, like the boards up, so that you can't see the construction going on.
At first, I heard it was going to be non-casino.
Yeah, casino, but they've opted to go casino.
Yeah, they saw the light.
Yeah, 100%.
They saw the light.
Yeah.
Small operation, 20,000 square foot casino, only 531 rooms.
Yeah.
True boutique.
Like a real boutique for the Strip, especially. Yeah. Like if you go into 531 rooms, sounds like a lot of rooms almost anywhere else, but on the Strip, that's a small
right
place.
By the Welcome to Las Vegas sign.
And 20,000 square feet, just to give you a kind of heads up, so that's less than half. The Tropicana has a really small casino floor, only 50,000 square feet, is a bit less than half of that, even though the Trop is a big space. Once you get to like MGMs with 200,000 square feet, it's relatively very small. And I'm guessing, who's to know if they have what kind of table game action, a lot of slots, all the gimme stuff. But yeah, so
should be a good amenity for our friends that are using Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah, 100%, and right across. So that's the big tie-in is having the Allegiant Stadium be right there. There'll be a tie-in that because when the football games or really any event comes in, that whole corridor is just packed.
It's unreal. I've been in town for a couple days. And I had the mother of all comp experiences.
Oh, really?
This Saturday. Seriously, gang. Good friend of mine invited me to come to the Notre Dame BYU game.
Okay.
In the Wynn Club. Unbelievable.
Oh, really?
15 of us in the Wynn Club.
Okay.
6 times they brought out the tomahawk steak.
Oh, really?
6 times.
Well, yeah. If you're
6
gonna be eating
times.
doesn't
6
a
times they
tomahawk-
brought out the seafood tower
Really?
with the lobster.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean,
was this at the stadium?
Yeah, I picked
in
the
one of
wrong
the
time
booths?
to quit drinking, man. It was unbelievable.
Is this in one of the suites?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
the
right.
suite on the field. The
Yeah.
Wynn.
Oh
It's
God.
called the Wynn Club.
Yeah,
It's
the Wynn Club.
unbelievable.
Yeah, 100%.
If you guys get a chance, any opportunity, you got to go to Legion Stadium. My wife and I, we go to a lot of games. I travel. I get to go. I really enjoy going to the sporting events. They did an incredible job with the Legion Stadium. The Wi-Fi is like some of the fastest you ever have.
Really?
It's the whole experience. I mean, bring your plastic.
Yeah,
no
100%.
cash.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not
it's
cheap.
the home of the $20 beer and the $10 slice of pizza.
Oh, really?
But it's my style. Fill up the Ellis Island before you go.
Yeah, stick that hot dog down your pants and just carry over, dude.
Good luck getting it in.
Think about mayonnaise later. All right, well, yeah, I just started. Interesting. You bring that up. There was supposed to be a cell phone company that was going to be.
They're stiff.
They stiffed them.
They stiffed
like
them,
$60 million.
How'd you like to get stiff for $60
No,
million?
we don't want to get stiff. Well, it
They
depends on
used
the
to
kind
dig
of stuff.
holes in town for guys like
Yeah,
that.
no, 100%. They're like, yeah, we'll pay you later. Don't worry about it. We're good. So that didn't go well. Yeah, I've heard that every experience at Allegiant for the most part, other than the fact that sometimes you really got to walk there, depending on where you park or how busy it gets.
Well,
it can be
we
a little
parked at the
frustrating.
Delano.
Oh,
and
really?
Walked over the bridge. Not so bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, guys, October, 90 degrees in Las Vegas. October.
yeah.
How far are you guys gonna go?
Yeah, 100%. Where did we drop off? We dropped off some people not too long ago. We took them right from here. They were getting to
We
an
stopped
event.
at Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay. Okay, so delayed probably then, and they walked over the
that-
walkway.
Yeah, you walk over the bridge.
We just literally walked right there. We just and it was so quick. It was
Yeah.
so easy, and it wasn't that far. They loved it. All right. Yeah, we're looking for some big things. Okay, so the next big one is really interesting story.
Say it.
Fontainebleau.
Fontainebleau.
Fontainebleau. I mean, I guess it's going to be called the Fontainebleau. Dude, what do you think they're going to do in the commercials? Do you think they'll go bleu or they're going to go blue?
I think they might go blue.
Blue? All right, I'm with you. All right. So it used to be, it started out the Fontainebleau.
Yeah.
Then it became the Drew because the guy that started the Fontainebleau, you don't have to know. All the names get lost in the shuffle. But
Yeah.
then it
Changed
became
hands multiple
It
times.
changed hands multiple times. Eventually, Carl Icahn, you know how he
He was
does
the
it.
big winner.
He came into the rescue. He wanted to rescue.
He
He's the big
saved
winner.
the day.
Saved the day.
Yeah,
he
he-
bought it for pennies, dude.
Yeah, 30 cents on the
They're
dollar.
literally, and then he sold it back to the original. So he sold it back to the Drew guys who had lost it, who sold it back to the Fontainebleau guys
To
who
the
started it
original
to the
first
original
guy.
dude.
Yeah,
the original
incredible.
dude came around and be like,
The
you know what?
circle of life.
Then they acquired the property and they realized like, hey, it's 75% built, but they had some problems with the pipes. There was a rumor.
There's got to be mold problems.
There was rumors that the pipes, people had been using them. Their homeless population. That was the rumor. I don't know if that's even true. I have someone that works in the union, and he was like, well, yeah, the homeless are moving in there and still using the bathrooms that weren't finished.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Just using gravity, and that gravity doesn't work so well, so they had to do some replacing. You know what I mean? But
Osmosis.
This got off the ground. Was announced in 2005.
Yeah.
Broke ground in 2007. Switched hands, and literally in 2021, the original guy brought it back, and now it's being rebuilt again, and they're expecting it to go live in
Late 23.
late 23.
That's the word on the street.
Really?
Late 23.
And this is going to have a big fat casino, 173,000 square foot casino, which is absolutely pretty damn big, almost as big as the MGM's. MGM, and if you've been to the MGM, going from one end of their pit to the other end of the pit might set you back a few calories. So this is going to be a massive.
You definitely get your steps in.
You get your steps in. 3,780 hotel rooms. We'll put it in the top 10.
67 floors.
67
floors.
And a 90,000 square foot of retail area. Okay, so I have a little tidbit on the retail, okay? Just as a curiosity thing, so because we rent space here at Fashion Show, I'm just curious. I get these sort of insider little tidbits.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have a little tidbit on the Bally's thing, and so they're the premiums. I'm not going to tell you what the premiums are, but they're off the charts. So they brought in a French designer, which makes sense if it's going to be the Fontainebleau. The Fontainebleau. And so basically they're going to be designing all of the interior boxes, like the retail boxes. And they're supposedly going to be on such a level that they're going to get a premium that it'll be the most expensive retail space you could rent on the Strip. Because of that. It'll be just that spectacular, supposedly. Now, I don't know if they're going to get those rents. I'm assuming they probably got the thing rented out already. You know what I mean? If they think it's going to be that stellar prop, but we'll see, right?
Tell them about the ballroom, the pillarless ballroom.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. You have that.
105,000 square feet, pillarless ballroom.
No pillars, which I don't know how the hell do you keep the roof up, dude.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to risk
can
that
come
one.
in and have football practice in there.
Really? I mean, no pillars, dude. How is that even
engineering
a thing?
marvel?
Oh my God! Nah, I'd have to bring some extra shorts for that one. That would be a little nerve-wracking. No, really? I mean, you just go in there, no pillars. You could just drive around, have a little indoor track, maybe a little soccer.
Fontainebleau.com. Check it out.
Yeah. They actually have a thing you can sign up for, to be in the know what's going on. All right, well, they're going to have a day club, which you got to have a day club, and a nightclub, which I think they're going to be the same space, my guess is. No? Nightclub, day club, sure. Anyway. And a theater.
Most of the day clubs are out by the pools, right?
Yeah, and I mean, now they have the pool as by the nightclub, which makes no sense to me, by the way, because that seems like a scary proposition. Because some of the people I see going into nightclubs, you don't want to put them by water, dude. You don't want to have them close to water, or at ridiculous heights even.
Friends don't let friends walk near the pool.
Walk near the pool when they're high, drunk, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's that. So there's the Fontainebleau. It's coming. We've absolutely seen it progressing. By the way, I can't wait until they come. They're going to tie into all that convention space. They're going to add so many more rooms. And guess what? Right across the street from us almost. I mean, really, really close walking distance. Resorts has been great for us. We think that's going to be great for us. We've already done some events here. When resorts got built, we got 2 events right off the ground. A concierge ended up coming over here, seeing the space accidentally, and got us squared away.
You got a chance to stay at Resorts World. Saw that Luke Bryant show there.
Oh, really?
Wow. I mean, I'm not a country western guy. My wife really enjoys it, but what an entertainer. He was unbelievable.
Oh, Luke Bryant? Okay.
He's unreal, man.
Yeah.
He was really great.
Who did we have come in here and buy some stuff?
Don't ask me. I have no idea.
Country western star. Who's the country western star that looks like he's 18 still, but he's 50? You guys
I have no idea, but I want to read the super chat while you figure it out.
Oh.
Derek Silva gave us $19.99.
Whoa! Holy smoke, he's low.
He's saying this in reference to the Wynn Club.
Yeah.
Just bring a medical bag with food at the bottom and diapers and catheters on top, and no security will search that.
Oh, God, no, that's true.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah. Not Garth Brooks. Man. Oh, Keith Urban. Keith Urban was here. Yeah, shh. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, he came by. Keith Urban. We love him. By the way, he looks so young, dude. Holy crap. He got some good genes. Is he my age? Might be my age. But he looks so young for his age. But anyways, there you go, Keith. All right. What do you got? We're going to go next?
Yeah,
we're done with Fontainebleau?
Fontainebleau, yeah.
We're looking forward to Fontainebleau. By the way, Resorts World?
I think Fontainebleau is going to be a really, really great opportunity for a lot of young folks that have been grinding in the local market or at a really second tier, third tier strip property to be able to really take a shot to get down there and
get some money.
Catapult their career.
Yeah, 100%. Do you know how many casinos? So I went from having 4 clipboards of active break-ins. Now I have like 15 clipboards. I could have 15 clipboards. Everybody is hiring.
Yeah. That's the biggest challenge I see. I mean, I've been really lucky having a chance to do the consulting gig.
Yeah.
And the 2 casinos that I work for companies, man, that's the biggest challenge. There's not enough team members. Every department.
It's amazing.
I mean, forget about the casino. You come in and you see all that low-hanging fruit. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. They're like, they can barely staff what they have.
Yeah.
You know.
There was only 1 gift shop open in Blackhawk for lack of staff. The gift shops are closed. They have no one. And some of the restaurants. All right, ready? I got one for you. So you've been a casino manager, table games director. Here's one for you I've never seen before. Okay. We go into a casino. This is where? Albuquerque?
Oh, yes, Albuquerque.
Outside of Albuquerque. They only had 1 person who knew dice, who can deal. And they had another person just calling the numbers as stick, who would just be like 6, had no idea what to call, but just moving the dice at the table. They had one dealer, but they had a full game. They had a full game of people around the whole table. So they had the dealer on third base when we arrived, right, which is one of the base, dealing out the bases, and dealing out to those people. Mm-hmm. When that side sevens out, that dealer moves to the other side and deals the next pass on the other side of the table. You see?
Yeah.
So
wow.
instead, I was like, well, why don't they run an inside stick? Well, because the stick man didn't know how to deal, so they can't run inside. And they have all these people, and instead of sending them away, they let them show up. Apparently, there was a girl that came eventually, and so they were able to do inside, and they were able to work both sides of the game. I had never seen that before. So, the third base sevened out, and the guy moves to second base to deal to this other group. Now, third base can't make any bets. Third base players now have to watch the second base people.
I thought you were going to tell me what.
No, they run back and
over.
forth. No.
Yeah.
No, the third base people now can't make any bets. It's the second base people's turn. You follow? And they were running it back. I mean, I have never seen that before. That's how desperate they are.
Yeah.
We saw so Blackhawk busy for the most part. And unfortunately, they just don't have dealers.
Yeah. I could tell you guys, if you're thinking about getting into the business, now's the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
you can't, I can't express everywhere I go, every casino that I know needs. I mean, Aria needs dealers.
Yeah, Aria has auditions, dude. I've been referring people.
There's dealers making $100,000 a year at Aria.
We just had a lady.
And they need more.
We just had a lady got into Bellagio, a couple years, but she picked up SR, and so she's been doing well. But
if you've got the SR, you start working tomorrow.
SR is is a ticket.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a big
the quick
ticket. Okay, ready? All right, let's do this. We'll talk about the Mirage real quick.
I could talk about the Mirage.
I know you're a Mirage. I know you're a Mirage.
How much time you have?
Well,
Mirage?
Before we get too far, Robert Barnes gave us $2. Said, Scott, thoughts on Keno? Sorry, David.
Oh God!
I give
this is
David
where I go
big
take
face.
a pee.
That's where I give David big face.
Listen, all you haters out there. We're over there at Brian. We're at the Stratosphere, and I played a Keno machine, and we're walking back, and he's like, "Listen, we're Timmy. This is back when Timmy was part of the channel, and they're like, what's the bar gonna be? We need at least 3,000 people to watch this video in order for me to do Keno again." Within a couple weeks, guess how many people watched that video? Go ahead. 100,000. 100,000 people. So there's a lot of people. Keno is an art form, and it's admired and just it's an enriching experience. All right. Anyways, I love Keno. I can't help it. So if you like Keno, stay tuned. There'll be a lot more Keno coming. Okay. All right.
The Mirage.
Let's get to the Mirage. So Mirage got bought by the Seminoles.
Yeah.
We
Hard
have
Rock.
one of the teachers we have works there. We won't mention his name, but
Okay.
has always enjoyed working there. Most people I've heard from have always loved working at the Mirage.
Back in the day, the Mirage was the place.
Yep, 100%.
It was 1,000% the place.
Yep.
I was really super fortunate.
You were very
Count
lucky,
and I
dude.
got to town.
Yep.
I was at the Golden Nugget a month before the Mirage opened.
Mm-hmm.
A lot really great things happening down the Nugget, but as soon as the Mirage opened, bam, everybody went there.
Oh, 100%.
All the team members from the Golden Nugget, and a huge majority of them. 5 months later, I got the big phone call. It's like being called up to the major leagues.
Yeah.
You know, and I got to tell you guys. I mean, I might have told you before. I said the first time I drove my car into the parking lot, I was just like goosebumps, tears of joy.
Oh, I can imagine, dude.
We had an apartment at the Fountains at Flamingo when we first got to town. Right?
Yeah.
And back in the day, there was only
The Fountains.
800,000 people in town.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was a
so
nice.
pretty cool.
Used to be a nice complex.
We picked out the colors when we were the first people to get in it, right?
Wow.
That's how long ago.
Wow.
So the balcony had this postcard view of the Mirage, and I'm really big on the visualization thing. And every night I'm going to work there. I work there now. I've worked. It's all really awesome. I'm just telling myself, you know.
Yeah.
And eventually I got a chance to work there. And
Dude.
17 years later, I mean, I got a bunch of stories from the Mirage.
So I'm in a military convoy. I had to drive a deuce and a half for a second. I was supposed to be part of a Hummer. I had to learn how to do a deuce and a half. And we're passing by. This is in late '88, early '89, something like this. And we're passing by, and you can see this sort of glittering construction where they're starting to put on like the glass. And I never lived in Vegas, stopped in Vegas. None of that was part of the thing. And I remember that was like the first cool thing I had seen as being built, just sort of off in the distance, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought I never thought that I would work there, but I thought, wouldn't that be cool? Of course, years later, you know.
The coolest thing about working there is, you know, by the time I got to the Mirage, I was about 9 or 10 years into the business, and I really thought I had my act together. And then when you walk on the floor there and you see the level of especially the Baccarat dealers. The Baccarat dealers were just off the charts. I mean, I really was confident about what I could bring to the table, but I'll tell you what, man, when you walk in there and watch these guys and the young ladies that were working in there, a lot of them were show people. They retired from they were dancers being in the show. Like,
that makes sense.
Like the Follies or Jubilee and all those kinds of shows. And there's these beautiful ladies that are dealing Baccarat now, and the guys are all James Bonded out in the tuxedo, and I had the coolest gig. I really thought I had the coolest gig of everybody. Like, I would come in and I would deal craps for like 3 or 4 hours, and every night I get tapped on. Every night, get tapped on the shoulder. Go to Baccarat. So I have to go downstairs and get changed, put the tuxedo on.
The tuxedo,
and walk into the Baccarat room, and it was just, who's there? You know, it's,
the A-list.
I saw everybody.
Celebrities, mile long.
Athletes, movies, politics, everybody. I got one of the coolest nights was I see all the men in black come busting into we're in the salon, dead games, nobody there, and the men in black come in, sweep the room, and then here comes Barbara Bush.
Oh,
the first
really?
lady, you know,
wow.
President Bush's wife.
Barbara Bush playing Baccarat?
No, she just came in.
Just hang out.
Because we had all the artwork in there. And then Mr. Wynn came in and gave her a rundown of
the tour,
you know.
Yeah, he's big on art.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big
That's how I felt. Well, I finally got to the Rio. And the Rio was sort of like that in the 90s.
Oh,
remember?
Yeah. Rio
that
was a great spot.
Was a destination. But still, it didn't have that legacy feel. I tried to get into the Mirage later, much later, you know, not during the height. Strangely, one of the properties I always wanted to get into was the Trop. Because the Trop, I had heard, was such a sleeper, dude. Small
Back
pit.
in the day.
Back in the day, they made so much flipping money. I was
did.
like, oh my God. Yeah, they did. No, 100%.
50s, 60s, 70s. Tropicana was a crazy, especially the dice.
Yeah, dice dealer. Yeah, no.
So I got one for you.
Go.
Okay.
Oh, here it is.
Millennial New Year's.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my real job is assistant pit manager in the Baccarat room. Okay, gang. So I'm the assistant pit boss. We got a big crazy Baccarat action. It's getting ready to be 2000. You know, Millennial New Year. Week before, one of my really good friends, Roy Brennan, he's the shift manager at the Hard Rock. Now, back then, the Hard Rock was like the dealing job.
The greatest job.
It was like the Cosmo now.
Yep, 100%.
All the hipsters were there.
Yep.
Everybody was there. People were throwing money
Bennifer
around.
were running through there.
Yeah, guys my age with a 20-year-old girlfriend.
Bennifer's back.
So my buddy calls me up. He says, "Can you help me out, man?" I'm like, "What do you need, buddy?" He goes, "I need a couple dealers for this week." I said, "Seriously?" He goes, "Yeah, if you could work day shift for me, deal Baccarat or craps for me at the Hard Rock."
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And pick up an envelope every day.
Oh, my God.
And then do my real job at night.
Wow.
So I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
So this is like 2 days before New Year's. Karen drops me off. I go in. I sit on a dead Baccarat game all day on day shift. Don't touch a card. Don't touch a card.
At the Hard Rock.
At the Hard Rock. Pick up almost 500 the next day.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Second day.
Yeah.
Right? This is the day. Now it's the day before New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Okay? Bam. Somebody's bitching like, this dude he's not on the Baccarat. And I was on the crap game. Dealt a nice crap game. Same thing. These guys, I'm like, how long has this game been in town?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Monster envelope. So the funny part is like, I get done dealing and I rush upstairs to the top of the parking lot. Karen picks me up. I put the suit on, and she drives me to the Mirage, lets me off right outside the volcano. I run in and run the Baccarat room. No problem, right? Now I do this for like 4 nights before, 3 or 4, I can't remember, but I know it was awesome. You know, like super, and right after the holidays, you know, picking up that kind of change, it was really, really cool.
By the way,
my buddies call me Dion, like when Deion Sanders,
Deion
playing baseball, and then he goes and plays football at night.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
The envelope is where they put their cash into an envelope, and that's how you got your tips back in the day.
Yeah.
So they would give you an envelope. And when I worked at the Rio, the good thing is it was multiple envelopes. That's all you wanted to see. If they had to staple a couple together, that's when you
That's
knew.
good news.
That's good news. That's when it
Yeah.
went fat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when there's too many hundreds to fit into one envelope.
Yeah.
So what's the most you've ever? By the way, what's the most you've ever made tips in one night? Because I want to see how it rivals the Rio.
Yeah.
It's up there.
It was pretty big. I mean, back in the day when we had Packer playing and things
Yeah.
like that, we would hit $100,000 bets for the dealers. A couple nights we hit multiple.
Yeah.
But we didn't get paid every day after that. Like
Okay.
the first couple days the Mirage was open, we were getting cash, and then it's like, okay, here comes tip compliance.
Oh.
Then everything had to go to the cage.
Yeah.
Then everything's on a paycheck. Then they would
Yeah.
just post what the number was that night, for a full.
And they would just show you. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So the most I ever remember was 1750 at the Rio.
That's great.
And we had Carrie Packer.
There you go.
Because we earned them for like 3 days. By the way, Lauren was working there. She missed the Carrie Packer days. Apparently, she was off the 2 days. Because we weren't able to get him to stay at the Rio. The goal was to try to get, they remodeled that whole top floor to try to get Carrie Packer to come stay. But he just wouldn't move. You know
When
what I mean?
Packer came to our place,
Yeah.
people would come to work. Oh, I'm sorry, I misread the schedule. Can I stay?
Yeah. This is Carrie Packer.
Packer was like the poster child for perfect attendance.
Yeah.
Packers in town, nobody called in sick.
Nobody called in
Nobody
because it
called
was
in
just
sick.
you might have had your
Can I
house
work
paid for.
overtime?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So we had Carrie Packer, and then you remember the Smith brothers. This is back when Kroger bought them out. They were sitting on billions of dollars, and they were just crazy bettors for dealers. They just bet. They didn't care to win. They were just there to play, and they make everybody feel good. So we had this one weekend, and I remember because. So I was able to call in. They had a phone. This is before pre-internet kind of thing. But you would call in and be like, "How did Tokes go?"
Yeah.
And they would be like, "You better come down here and see for yourself." And
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm on my way."
I'm on
Holy
my
crap!
way.
All right. Well, that's the Mirage story. So now the Mirage has been bought by Seminole Casino, Seminole
Yeah.
out of Florida,
Yeah.
and
What's that? The
Before-
Hollywood.
go ahead.
Before we get too
Yes.
far, we have another super chat.
Yes.
$4.99 from Derek.
Ah.
Says, Scott,
So
would you
low.
rather play bingo or Keno?
Oh God. Yeah. No.
I'd rather stick needles in my eyes.
Yeah. No. He's trying to entertain all the demographics.
I
So here's the thing:
I-
you were a
I got
table game
big
director.
respect. Yeah,
you built out some floors.
Yeah.
Did you just ignore? You were more into the bingo room, or did you make sure you had Keno on
when
your floor?
when I was at the stations properties,
Mm-hmm.
we had to deal with the bingo.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, man, I got in some major bingo beefs. Those guys
No
are serious.
way.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well, here's the worst part. It's like this is back in the day before cell phones.
Oh,
It was
okay.
the beeper.
Yeah, the
Okay,
beeper.
so when you guys hit the jackpot or majors, I got a sign for a
There you go,
jackpot
that's it.
in bingo.
Yep.
So I'm running around on the floor doing my thing. The beeper, next thing security goes, they've been trying to get a hold of you for like 20 minutes.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
oh great. So I walk in the room, boo! It was just, oh my God.
The
This
bingo
bingo
people.
dudes, ruthless, man. Ruthless.
Really?
Keno, they were pretty chill in the Keno.
See, Keno,
lounge.
it's a lounge, dude. That's why they call
But
it a
you play the
lounge,
video
dude. People
Keno.
fall asleep, they wake up.
You're the video
I'm the
Keno
video
guy.
Keno. I had to beg Brian to get me damn Keno machine at the Strat, dude. He finally got one for me, 25-cent multi-card. They had Keno, but not multi-card, the 20 card. And of course, the 120 card they put there, well, a few, they got 25 cents, but that's okay. He raised
Yeah.
my game. I hit it twice, 2 hand pays in a row, dude. 2 hand pays in a row. I will say this, interestingly, I got asked this not too long ago about, what has some of the highest yields. When it comes to the holds in the game, bingo rooms are really just to get the audience. I mean, I don't think there's a big hold on bingo rooms. The casinos don't look to make a whole lot of money, but it's an attraction like having a movie theater or
If
this
they've
kind
got
of thing.
monster jackpots going on, like
Yeah.
a jumbo jackpot, and they can get the crazy big head counts, yeah, they can make some money, but it's a loss leader.
It's a loss leader,
at,
yeah.
At stations, we used to have bingo pretty much just to support the slot floor.
Guess what's not a loss leader, sir? Keno. Keno's a win. Now the lounges have kind of disappeared a little bit,
man.
but Keno holds, dude. I mean, you know, unless you're me and you've got that secret formula,
You got
dude.
the secret sauce.
You got the secret sauce, but pretty much Keno is like betting the lottery when you show up. It's sort of free money for the casino.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, everybody's got their 2-spot, 3-spot, 4-spot.
Yeah, 100%.
I just make mine bets when I'm sitting in the cafe, you know.
While you're eating,
Oh,
you
there's
just
my-
put in your
there's my
Keno
four
card.
spot, you know?
So it's free money. I mean, you know, of all the things that hold, Keno holds pretty nice. And you don't have those beeper going off for Keno too much. You know what I mean?
No, there's no beef. There's very few Keno beefs.
Very peculiar. All right, so here's I'm gonna add some context because we have a lot of friends still working the Mirage. I think you do too, right? We have a few dealers, we have a manager there, and there's some nervousness because you know it's going from one owner to a whole other owner.
Yeah.
So there's nervousness about how the benefits are gonna play out. I think the benefits are gonna be spared because they can't afford to lose any staff. Like they're gonna want to keep their staff, and the Seminoles have been a pretty good operator. I don't think they're looking to shake the boat up too much. I don't think they're, you know, Mirage still gets a lot of legacy play. There's people that still love to go to the Mirage.
There is.
They fell in love with it a long time ago. They have the
It was the place.
the place. Those rooms that Michael Jackson once stayed at, the villas, you know, those are famous.
Got the putting green outside,
and-
private little
Yep,
pools.
and you feel like you're in your own little Tahiti village
Yeah.
kind of thing, and it's very Mirage-ish kind of. So I really think that there's a big play here. I'm very disappointed. I mean, I get it. They're gonna put a big guitar in the volcano. The volcano's gone, dude. There's no way they're keeping the volcano. There's no room for it.
No.
So people are gonna be sad that the volcano's gone. It's been attractive. People remember that from for many years.
It would be cool if they could like move it down to the Neon Sign Museum, you know, or something like that. To
Spare the volcano.
Spare. We should start a petition, man.
Oh, really?
Save the park. Save the volcano.
Save the volcano.
I was talking to a couple of my really good friends and said, you know, we should put the band back together one time and do a big social media deal and get as many people as we can in front of the volcano before they take it down
really? Before
and get
they-
a shot.
I bet
you know,
that's gonna be a
for
big
like
deal.
an alumni thing. you
They're
know?
gonna announce that. I bet that if they're smart, they're gonna make that a big deal.
But seriously, when you think of some of the amenities that were there, you know, the volcano, like free shows, you know, the Pirates show outside of Treasure Island. when
Oh,
they were
I know
there,
they missed
The
that.
dolphin habitat, the Siegfried and Roy. I mean, you could walk
Yeah,
in
the
and
Siegfried
see
and
white
Roy
tigers.
Gardens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see they moved
Do you know
that
how much
to.
money they printed on Siegfried and Roy tickets?
Siegfried and Roy.
Two
Wynn.
shows a night,
Yes.
6 nights a week, forever.
I
At $100 a ticket, when $100 was $100,
Was a ton of
and
money.
nobody paid $100, and every show was sold out.
Are you ready? I got my. You guys have heard this story, maybe. I'm at the Mirage years ago. I have a friend of mine who used to be in sort of the horse business. Made a shit ton of money. I don't know what exactly he did. I think he laundered money and had a horse business kind of to, do what he got to do. But he was a big craps player. He would play between the Mirage and the DI back when. Remember the DI? Does it in.
course.
Big. And so he was friends of my family. He would come out here. We would sit down and hang out. I was sort of the low ball on the totem pole, but I knew dice, so that was helpful. And so we get comps to go to Siegfried and Roy. And so Siegfried and Roy, they had this one tier where it was just a few booths, just like 4 or 5 big booths, center of the
not
stage,
center,
dead
yeah.
center. And there was these massive booths that like 12, 15 people could fit around if you really want to squeeze a lot of people in there, right? So we get one of these booths off to the side, and guess who has one of the center booth is Arnold Schwarzenegger, his mother,
Yeah.
and that's when he was with
Maria Shriver.
Maria Shriver.
And I met them in the Baccarat room that night.
Yeah.
That
And
was the
so-
first
oh,
time
really?
Because my thing was,
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much face time to Arnold. I don't want to disrespect Maria Shriver.
we love-
you know, so.
So his mom is like literally as tall as my mom is really short, and his mom is really short, But I'm seeing Arnold, so I'm more interested. I was into like lifting weights.
Yeah.
I worked out at a
Arnold
gym
was
he
that
owned.
guy.
I worked at a gym that he owned himself in Litchfield, Connecticut. He actually owned this space, and it was famous because he had a bunch of his trophies that were locked away on this top floor. And you would buy the key. He would give you the key, and you would get like an hour to go into this thing and work out. And it was only available to a limited number of people. And so I was so stunned that there's Arnold literally right there. And of course, So they let him leave early. So he was already there when everyone was seated. They let him in early, and then they're like, "Hey, Arnold," and he sat up and waved. I'm assuming that they asked him first if he, because you know what I mean. Like it seems kind of weird. Hey, Arnold's there, and now you're not paying any attention to the show. You're just watching Arnold, right? Mm-hmm. But anyway, so they let Arnold leave early. They're like, "Hey, everybody, stay in your seats. We're gonna let Arnold out first." You know what I mean? Like,
was he governor then? Maybe that was.
I'm not sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
For security.
I didn't see any. I saw their security. I mean, maybe it was security detail. This was in the 90s, mid 90s, something like this.
It was, yeah.
So he walks, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna get to shake his hand or say anything, but I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna rub his shoulder, dude. I'm gonna get close because it's a packed room, dude. You know what I mean? So and I'm sitting at the end of the thing, and I get up, and sure enough, I'm like, I get that shoulder in there, and he comes right by and just knocks right through me. Just like I wanted him to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like,
so you got a piece of Arnold?
I got a piece of Arnold, dude. Never got to say hello. I literally a month later, he's downtown LA in the theater district with his big ass Hummer. You ever see his car?
No.
Oh, it's so fantastic. When he drives it up and people just surround the car, it's so cool. He had this custom Hummer with like the insides red carpeting, and it's this beautiful Hummer. But anyway, that's my little Arnold and Siegfried and Roy. But I love Siegfried and Roy. It's a fantastic show. I had a friend of mine that used to take care of their animals on their farm, and he raved at how much these two guys loved their animals, took care of their animals.
Sure.
It was one of the best places he had to work at. I mean, it was a big deal. Obviously, they're both passed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone. So no more Siegfried and Roy.
I heard they leveled the house too.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they had this whole estate. With all their animals, yeah, it's too bad, man. That's the thing that gets to me the most. And I get that the city evolves and it always sort of catches up with itself.
Yeah.
People miss the things that we miss. Remember when the Landmark? Were you here? Remember the Landmark?
Yeah.
I used to live in Las Palmas. I used to live right there on Paradise. Landmark, right there.
Karen's law firm had a Christmas party there.
Yeah.
First year we were in town, we were up at the Landmark.
The Landmark, the restaurant.
Party.
Yeah. So they.
Cool.
I mean, when they had the demo, I was literally living.
Like, there's no way you could run a joint there and make money.
No, 100%.
No.
But yes. So it was this. It was. If you guys see Mars Attacks, it's when they did the demo, they filmed it and they put it into that movie. The actual Demolition, they put it into that movie, and I lived across the street, and so the county gave out notices. Hey, we're gonna blow this building up over here. You may want to just keep a heads up kind of thing. And they had blocked off the street, of course. They did all that. But I miss a lot of that. I miss a lot of the uniqueness that Vegas seemed to offer back in the day. That now it's like I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to capture.
Well, we're talking about. I hear you, and when I see. When we have to have conversations about they're going to remove the volcano and the Mirage is going to become the Hard Rock, and
right,
it's tough. But look at all the good stuff that's going on.
No Mirage, man. It's the Hard Rock. It's going to be the Hard Rock. They're going to rename it.
Mirage. I think that this town always needs a Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Because the Hard Rock, back when it was
big.
the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
When Peter Morton owned it.
I have some great stories about the Hard Rock.
It was the
fantastic place.
We would get off of work 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and my buddy Roy ran the graveyard.
Yeah.
And as we're closing games at the Mirage, they're opening tables.
Yeah, 100%.
They're opening tables on graveyard. I mean, that they needed dealers to open more tables. Like they would put blackjack games on wheels and roll them in to the sports book for Super Bowl and things like that.
So one of the very first reality shows was Rehab that took place at the Hard Rock. If you ever want to go back and look up Rehab. They had the Rehab, which was the pool out there, which was like, huge deal.
Crazy.
They had, so I also lived behind, so it was actually lost. I lived behind the Hard Rock when it opened, and for about the first couple of years, right? I got out with all those, so in the Review Journal, okay, or maybe it might have been the Sun. So a lot of people that lived around there, we would go in there, and they would give you your coffee and your drinks in these little Hard Rock engraved glasses.
Oh, yeah. How many ashtrays you got?
Oh God, I didn't get any ashtrays.
What's the over and under on coffee
the ashtrays
cups?
were tough to get the hell out of there because you had to walk. But I got out with. So I see that. So they came out. So the Hard Rock put out a full page ad asking people to bring the drinks back.
Can you please bring our stuff back?
Yeah, can you please bring our drinks back? So, and I'm like curious, like how many I got out with, right? Because there was another casino I got out with a few drinks, but anyways, So I go in, I open up my counter. I got 24. I got 2 dozen of their thing. Their Hard Rock collectible. I mean, just a whole nice little assortment. I could invite a few people over. And I'm like, guess how many I returned, sir? 0.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way in hell.
0.
You know what I did have for them? But I went and I felt bad. And I went and they had the Jimi Hendrix collectible quarters.
Yeah, on the chips.
Purple Haze chips they came out with.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap. I was a huge Jimi Hendrix fan. I couldn't afford to play purple because at this point in time, I think I was at the IP.
Purple? $500 chip?
No, the 25.
Okay.
They were green purple.
Okay.
Purple Haze, they called them.
Yeah.
But they were 25s. And yeah, not. Can you imagine?
Oh,
I had
my
0
God.
of those. I had no
was gonna say,
chance.
you're so big time.
But here's the thing. So I go to the cage, right? Because this is, I think actually I was working at Casino Boardwalk, I believe, this is 95 maybe, 96 when they came out with these. And I had just, because I had gotten, they had come out with these clown chips on these dollar checks. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go get these Purple Haze. And you used to be able to go right to the cage and say, hey, I want a stack of these. They're like, oh, hell no. You got to buy these on the game, dude.
Right, yeah.
You got to buy in. I'm like, oh, you kidding me?
Right.
I got to find a $25 blackjack game. I got to buy a $25 blackjack game, buy it for $100. I lose the first 2 hands. I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
This is going to be rough.
Yeah.
Luckily, I won the next 2. I ended up leaving with 2 of them. Wow. Hard Rock, so many great stories. I have so many. I have some Girls of the Night stories. I have some Mr. Lucky stories. Oh, I got
Keep
some
it clean.
fantastic.
You know where I work.
We're not going to go there. Those
This
are the
is the
unfiltered
PG.
things.
This is the
PG
right?
version,
Okay.
yeah. But
I gotta keep an eye on this guy.
Hard
Dan.
Rock is fantastic. Was really the center bar, the way everything was built
How about the
out.
acoustics of the center
It
bar?
was amazing. It was
How you
really
could hear
loud.
the conversation of the people.
Really loud.
No, but I mean,
Yeah,
like,
100%.
the acoustics was so crazy in there.
It was
like,
amazing.
we could be talking like this, and you
Yeah.
across the bar.
No
you could hear
secrets.
There's no
Mr.
secrets.
Lucky's. And as $5 graveyard specials at Mr. Lucky's. $5, open 24/7. I mean, you would think the place was so expensive, right? But you went there and it was $5. That was it. You can eat a really nice meal. They also had the stand-up. What was it? Where they had the events. They had musicians go there. They said it was one of the best acoustics they had.
Oh yeah, what was it called? The Joint.
The Joint. Thank you.
The Joint.
By the way-
Rolling Stones played there. Like
The-
500
yeah.
seats.
Yeah, you know the clown posse. I don't know if anybody has the clown.
Insane clown posse.
Insane clown posse. So I'm walking by one day on the way to my apartment. I had just got dropped off. I was playing at Hotel Continental across the street.
Oh,
a little down the street actually. Whole different vibe there, by the way.
Oh wait, I got it. I'm gonna tell
Continental.
Mike. I'm making a note. Continental.
Hotel Continental. And there was a Key Largo. Do you remember that one? I got some stories about Key Largo. That was literally across from Hotel Continental. That got burnt down twice, dude. The Hotel Key Largo. But anyway, so I'm playing at Hotel Continental because they had dollar tables. You know what I mean? They held on to those dollar tables forever. And I see the craziest. I literally stop on the corner and I don't know whether I should cross the street or not. It's later at night, by the way. And it's a scary ass. And these people are dressed up not as like regular clowns, but clowns in like, blood and axes and hatches. And I'm like, holy crap, this could be an event. I didn't realize it was a band. I didn't realize people were there for a show. I thought there was some crazy stuff going down. Remember, this was back in the day when Tyson, bit off Holyfield's there. I thought maybe Vegas went crazy and they all came down to Hard Rock to work it out. I'm standing there on the street. I don't know whether to cross the street or not. And this is before cell phones, dude.
Yeah.
I just see these crazy ass people. Eventually, I saw, and then I hear these people just talking. They're just hanging out. You know what I mean? Just dressed crazy. But go ahead. What do you got? Hotel Continental.
All right. I'm not proud of this story,
Oh God.
but I got to tell you that anyway.
Okay.
Because it's the Continental.
All right, go.
All right. This is the last night I ever gambled in Las Vegas.
Oh, at the Hotel Continental?
Yeah.
Wow.
You ready,
Way
Gabe?
to low bar the experience.
All right. Here we
ahead.
go.
Yeah.
So it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We get off at the Mirage. Now I'm a supervisor at the Mirage, right?
Oh.
Floor supervisor at the Mirage. Got shirt on and
Yeah.
no tie or nothing like
Yeah,
that.
100%.
And I'm in there with my buddy Billy from Philly. And Billy from Philly catches a sizz real quick. He's up like 500. He goes, here, dude. He gives me like 200.
At the Hotel Continental.
At the Continental. I mean,
On craps.
No, playing blackjack.
Playing blackjack.
So he's
okay.
like he like blew out this shoe. He's like King
Wow.
Kong. I'm like, I'm going home. I said, good for you. I'm going to go. Here's 200. Go play. I'm like, all right. So I go over. I sit down. It's me heads up with the dealer. Bet all the bet all the spots. boom, she's killing me. She's torturing
really?
me. I said, now, and I had a couple of beverages.
Uh-huh.
I don't drink
Beverages,
no more, though.
yeah.
It's
By the way, what were you playing? Do you remember?
Blackjack.
Just but how much? You're $5. That was high limit there.
Or $15
Oh
a
God!
grand. I was King Kong.
No, you were King Kong there. 100%.
6 spots at $15.
Oh my
at the
God!
Continental.
They had to get approval for that one.
Yeah, they
They
called
had to
the
call
eye.
it in. No,
All right.
100%. Yeah.
So now it's like I'm getting crushed,
yeah.
and I had way too much to drink, and I said to the floorman, I said, change the dealer. You don't change the dealer.
Yeah.
I said, change the cards. He goes, we don't change the cards for nobody. I said, really? She deals all the cards, everything, all the cards are out. I said, took my drink.
Oh really? Oof.
Hit every card on the table. I said, you'll change the effing cards now, won't you? As soon as I said that,
Yeah.
the linebacker was already
Oh
behind me.
God, yeah.
Okay?
No, they were
From the
ready.
back of the shirt to the belt.
Yeah.
Now I'm like in Superman pose,
Yeah.
right through the front door.
Oh.
I'm laying in the porte-cochere, and I said, that's it. I'm done.
Something has to change. Yeah.
Something's got to
Yeah.
change. All right? I don't gamble no more.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it.
Hotel
I'm
Continental.
not proud
That
of
was
that
about.
at all, but I mean, that was my Continental story. You asked me to bring
I got
stories.
some unfiltered. I got a story about luggage that made its way around the Hotel Continental. Strangely enough, Hotel Continental was some of the weirdest. So if you couldn't get a job literally anywhere else in Vegas, you went to Hotel Continental, and they might pay you a bonus to work there. I mean, realistically, I know a guy.
It was a real special place.
It was a very special place. So the owners got into some kind of beef one night, and the very next night they put up. Now you can't do this. You cannot. So there's a gaming commission basically has a rule that if you have a gaming license, you can't restrict access to your property unless you have some kind of. You have to go through this whole process. Even by the way, even high limit pits have to be. Everything has to be accessible. Technically,
Even salons now.
salons, everything has to be fair play.
Yeah.
So even though you got Guido standing guard, you can just walk around him and say, hey, I want to look around, because you're supposed to be able to access everything. And the Hotel Continental, because I lived down there, and I was really fond of the $1 blackjack games that you could play. They had a $1. By the way, there was one of the last really bird or dollar games available. They had 1-2 limit poker table on the floor forever. They were like Palace Station back in the day.
Oh,
Those
my
two
goodness.
casinos, they vied for attention. They put up a fence around the whole damn casino to keep everyone. People showed up for work with the damn fence. They were like, "What the hell's going?" Overnight, they put this fence up around the entire parking lot and restricted everybody from coming to work.
Oh.
I mean, it was just a crazy place. But that was like par for the course. So they renamed it. Terribles bought it, and they renamed it the Terrible Casino. Not the best name choice, just so you know.
Yeah.
We love Terribles as a gas station, but who wants to go to a terrible casino? Now it's Silver Seven.
They had to go with Terribles because Knuckleheads was taken.
Because Knuckleheads was taken. Oh my God! By the way, I loved that whole area of Vegas back in the day. It was so much fun living down there
Gosh.
and going through all these experiences. So they built Restaurant Row, and they had the Tapas House, and they had all these things. That then Wynn got a hold of it. They had Hughes Parkway. They built these ridiculously expensive, high rises across from my $300 a month apartment for millions of dollars. Anyways, all right, can we get back to the topics at hand? Because people are loving this stuff. All right, do we have anything, any commentary, any feedback? No. We're moving on with the show.
There was a question, but you just answered it.
Oh, really? What was the question? I'm curious.
Where was Hotel Continental? And then you said exactly.
Yeah, so so it's on Flamingo. It's the corner of Flamingo and Paradise. Across from the Hotel Continental was the Key Largo, which was even a daintier,
Another
really special place. Mostly, you went there if you want to get felt up while playing slot machines. I'll say that as in sort of a G-rated. It was a really weird. They had some great people there.
It was awesome how your sneakers would stick to the carpet while you were walking.
That's true.
In the
That's
Key
true.
Largo.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to share the story about the moving luggage, because it's so interesting. So here's the synopsis is that someone checked in their luggage, not me, someone honestly that I know. And someone at where they checked in the luggage, either the bell person or the host thought there were drugs inside the luggage. Now, you would think they would just call the police, or they would say, "Hey, we're going to confiscate this drug." But guess what? This individual apparently was a fan of what they thought was inside of the suitcase. And so this suitcase made the rounds. It's a great story, dude. Anyways, all right.
I'm going to transition into the super chat.
Really
Andrew
weird.
gave us $10 Canadian.
Yeah.
Said, what did Scott eat more in Macau? Pork chop, sandwiches, or egg tarts?
Oh,
The
really?
egg tarts were awesome. My favorite thing was the noodle soup.
No
The
way. The egg tart?
You know what?
What is egg tart?
Egg tarts is like a famous pastry that's in Macau, and they're
Okay, interesting.
incredible.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, oh yeah, people queue up for them at some of the
In
some of
Macau?
the spaces.
Man, Macau's taking a hit, dude. We can have a whole other show about that.
It's really sad. I mean,
It is.
I
They
got
just
a lot
suck
of
the
great
money out
friends
there.
Still over there.
Oh, really? They're
really,
holding on for
really,
dear life.
Really hurting.
Yeah.
You know what they call food in Chinese food in China?
No.
Food. Anyway,
Wow. See, we're a comedy show.
yeah,
Who knew?
no extra charge.
No, that's free. That's free.
No, Macau was awesome. I
Really?
mean, the people, the food,
Yeah.
the action. It was,
So when you opened MGM Macau?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
We
cool.
got
3 years I was there.
No, I know. One of your best stories that everybody misses, but we'll save that for another time. Let's get back to one of the things I'm most excited about is the MSG. You have a minute? You still good?
I'm great.
You're good? You sure? All right. MSG Sphere is being built.
Madison Square Garden Group.
The Madison Square Garden Group. The Rockettes. I went to Madison. When I was a kid, I grew up in New York City. I went to Madison Square Garden a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Michael Jackson when he was a kid there. I saw Donny Osmond when he was a kid with the Flintstones, by the way, because Donny Osmond and the Flintstones.
Mm-hmm.
I also saw Kids Are People Too. Do you remember that show, Kids Are People Too? That might have been more local, but East Coast thing. They had kids, and there was like a monkey that was on the show.
I'll
and
take
a bunch
your
of
word
stuff.
for it.
Anyways, it's a fun show. I also saw the Harlem Globetrotters at
There you
Madison
go.
Square Garden. And you had to wear binoculars. I always had the poor ass seats. I don't know how my mother afforded. It was a whole flight out. I don't know where the hell. But we would come with binoculars. I had my own set of binoculars so you could see what was going on. That's how big that place is. But okay, so I really believe this is the next Arc de Triomphe. I think for Vegas, this is going to be Allegiant Stadium, big, football,
Yeah.
big, that whole thing. But as a destination thing, it's going to be the largest sphere on the planet. That's number one. It's going to be, this is the other thing I found incredible. The wraparound screen is 160,000 square feet. And the most incredible thing is, maybe not the most incredible thing, they can make it disappear. So they have these cameras on all sides of the sphere that will reflect onto the opposing side and make it look like you're seeing through it, like it doesn't even exist there.
Yeah.
Every one of the seats comes with their own Wi-Fi, speakers, whole engagement. So no matter what language you speak, whatever's going on inside the sphere will be broadcast directly to you in your language.
Yeah, and they say every seat is like sitting in the front row.
Every seat's literally like sitting in the front row. They've already built a mini sphere in California. I think Studio City, somewhere like this, where they're already producing things and the effects and everything that'll play out because it's such a unique building. It's such a unique space.
17,500 seats,
Yeah.
25 suites.
Yeah. I mean, really a fantastic. I honestly believe this is going to put. So it's Sands Expo, which is Venetian basically, but the
Sure.
Expo Center is still under the Sands
All
name.
connected.
All connected. And
Tell
this
your
is
friends who's the opening act.
you too, dude.
Bono's coming.
Bono is gonna be coming.
You
That's
gotta
gonna
like it
go.
when Bono kicks off your joint, huh?
I mean,
I
could
think
be.
that's pretty cool.
No. As a band, yeah, that's fantastic. I think he just to stay off the political platform and just sing for us.
Yeah, I wish all those guys would
We
do
just-
that.
just
I mean, I'm
work
a
on
huge
that.
Bruce Springsteen fan, but I mean, like, just dummy
Yeah.
up and deal.
Yeah, dummy up and deal. Because I think the rest of us would just be like, and I, who knows where you exist on the
There's
spectrum, but
nothing worse than going to a concert and you're fired
Yeah.
up to hear your artist, and then you got to listen to
and then
their
you got to listen
political
to
views.
his beliefs.
And,
Yeah.
and especially if they're not on your side. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like it's a drag.
Yeah, people come to watch me deal, not hear about or Keno, which
Yeah.
is understandable.
When people watch you play Keno, they
Yeah.
don't want to hear who you
Nah,
vote
they don't want
for.
me to talk about dice,
Yeah.
dude. Come on now. I'm really excited, and they're
Now,
adding.
the Sphere's going to be a destination.
This
Folks,
is Sphere's
they're
gonna be a
They're
destination.
going to come fly here just
for the Sphere.
that attraction.
I want to get a space. I've actually looked at like renting a space near there because I really think so. If you don't know where the Sphere is, right? It's on the Spring Mountain side, going down into Twain.
Yeah.
So we have this weird, funky ass road that's like it's Twain, Spring Mountain. Then it goes. There's like 3 different names for it as it goes down and winds its way through Vegas. But this one area was built up. It's part of Howard Hughes Parkway is on one side. It's actually got some trees. You can actually walk around there, and it's pretty nice. They have Restaurant Row that's nearby. There's the Howard Hughes Wynn built out this really expensive condos before that was a thing to do. These $1 million penthouses. But I think it's perfectly located. It'll really give people really enjoy.
What about for everybody out there? What about an awesome part-time job?
Oh yeah,
being an usher at the Sphere.
Yeah, they're gonna hire 4,000 people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the job opportunities, like being an usher at Allegiant Stadium. You work just to work a couple hours for the event. You get to see the event and
100%.
You're part of the action.
I might get that job.
I mean, just
right here, man.
That's my thing with the students at UNLV. Is like trying to be the jobs guy.
Yeah.
And all that stuff comes across my desk and is to put people to work.
This is why, by the way, this is why so many people come to Vegas when they get older. It's a great place to retire because you can get in the mix in so many ways. If you like football, go work at Allegiant Stadium a minute, right? You can enjoy some games.
I've got a couple friends that they were retired police officers, things like that. You get a a cupcake security gig at Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah,
it's nice.
We have a guy that's going to school right now who drives a seriously nice Mercedes-Benz. And he's becoming a dealer because it's a bucket list thing. We talked about having the Wall Street guys. It's just it's such easy. Okay, ready? Let's get through it. So MSG Sphere. Okay, Horseshoe is back. Yeah. Bally's is going to be the Bally's going to be Horseshoe and Trop's going to be Bally's.
Horseshoe, iconic brand. I mean,
big.
The contribution that the Binion family made to Las Vegas with the Horseshoe brand downtown. Benny Binion.
And the holes in the desert.
Jack
the Jack Binion.
Yeah, well, that's Teddy.
That's Teddy Binion. Teddy Binion. Well, he dug his silver. So if you don't, we want to hear a great story, look up Teddy Binion.
Wow.
And we both worked here back when he was like shaving all of his arm hair off, his pit hair. They tried so hard to test him for drug use, and he would shave all of his hair. And they would be like, listen, we're going to find a hair follicle, okay? And he would go to the great lengths to shave it off. But it's such an amazing drama, by the way. But so if you don't know Binion's Horseshoe downtown, for a long time, it absorbed the Mint. There was also another casino called the Mint, that run by a different family, and then they took over.
The Del Webb Corporation.
They took over the Mint as well, so it became all the Horseshoe. And of course, the Horseshoe hosted the very first World Series of Poker back in 1975, or Brunson. Brunson won the very first one, right?
You're hurting me. Johnny Moss won the first one. Yeah, and
okay,
he won
Brunson
a trophy. He won a trophy.
Yeah, didn't win any
no
money?
No dough.
That sucks.
Johnny Moss, and he won twice.
So Brunson was the first money winner?
Doyle Brunson's won.
Brunson.
He's won at least twice, I think.
Okay, well, so if you used to be able to go into the Horseshoe, and they had this whole area that even now that was sort of allocated that, but back in the day you went in the Horseshoe and they had this just massive poker area.
Yeah.
It was constantly busy. They had more crap tables than any other casino.
The whole place was jamming.
They had
Single
I think
deck,
16
blackjack,
crap tables.
Double
16.
deck, single deck.
It was fantastic.
The bird game.
They had the bird game. They had the famous bird game at the door, 2 1/4 outside. They had dealers that could sling that could sling checks. So with slingy checks, as long as so the deal with the Horseshoe is to work there as a dealer, and that's why it was so epic, even for those of us in the business. So there was a lot of us that were working in the business back then who never wanted to work there for one, but still respected the level of play. They got the biggest play. If you wanted to play $1 million, you had to go to the Horseshoe. Because he would but it was a first in, last out. You couldn't chase to $1 million, but you could start there.
Yeah, if you
know what I mean?
Your first bet was.
If you're whatever your first bet.
Story about that.
Yeah, 100%. So we have the dentist with the $1 million $1 million crap table. Bet $1 million, won. Came back the next year, lost. Jumped off the side, jumped off a nearby casino. But you could sling checks. So the deal was, if as long as you were sober enough to deal, you could just deal. You could go drink. So those Horseshoe dealers on their breaks, their 20-minute breaks.
I saw it.
Yeah, they would run across to
Run across their
Sally's. What was it called?
Sassy
Sassy Sally's, and drink. So I worked at the gate, and the gate would also let you go off property and get a drink. I mean, it was sort of the same thing, but not exactly. But dude, when you got off work and you went to Sassy Sally's, just lined up with horseshoe dealers along that bar, just pounding drinks and then going back to work. It was just stunning. I had a friend of mine worked at the Horseshoe. I got to go in the break room one time with my Golden Gate name tag on while he was getting high. And so I'm in there, and the door's all smoky, and they have a thing. They have this little, you could see in. Okay, you couldn't really see in because it's really smoked up in there. There's a hot box in there. And security guards come in. I'm petrified. I'm like, oh my God, what have you got me into? And he's like, no worries. He's like, they're not allowed in here. No see, no give. You know what I mean? But yeah, they were just smoking pot in the break room. I mean, they got away with bloody murder there.
Very first night I get to town. Working in Atlantic City, I heard about the Horseshoe and the crap games and the crap dealers there. So my buddy picks me up from the airport, and we're driving down the strip. I'll never forget. Bobby Brown's every little step I take. He's got the convertible. I mean, I was just all pumped up. It's my first time going. He goes, where you want to go? I said, take me right to the Horseshoe. So we go downtown. We park the car right to the center bar. Me and my buddy. Give me 2 Heinekens and 2 Crown Royals. $6. I said, no, I got them both. I got them all. He goes, $6. I said, oh my goodness, this is going to be a tough hustle. Really? Yeah. I mean, they gave the food away. What about 100%. The $1.99 steak dinner?
Yeah, so they
Salad,
had this
steak.
They had this cafe potato, downstairs.
$1.99. People queued up for it all night long.
All night long. Yeah, you can eat for $1.99.
I remember my family came out for the rodeo. Mm-hmm. It's like 10 of us. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm taking everybody out for steak dinner after this. Yeah. Oh, great,
$8.
Great. I got it. I got it.
You.
No, they didn't know the drill. You know?
100%.
Yeah, it cost me like $30 with the tip.
No, it's fantastic. The nice thing about the Horseshoe, so back in the day when everyone smoked, a lot of the downtown places would have this. It was so gross. Thinking about it now, it's kind of gross. But they would have these little circle things where they would have individual cigarettes that you could pull and smoke, whatever it was.
Lucy's.
Yeah, Lucy's. Yeah, that's it. And they were loose, and if you just wanted to smoke, you'd get one cigarette. And amongst all these other cigarettes. Now, in the era of COVID, imagine that. Yeah. But the Horseshoe, if you paid just $5, you could ask for any, and they would just throw you a whole pack, dude. You had your own pack, $5. So I would go in there, start up a $5 hand, not for too long, mind you, and get those free cigarettes, and potentially they give away comps like there's nobody's business, dude. It was really
very very loose.
They had a burger bar there that was pretty good. Man, it was just such.
What about they had a promotion on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, that you come down and Blackjack either paid 3 to 2 or your first card was an ace. One of those crazy ridiculous promotions.
Oh really?
But that was the give back.
Yeah.
Back in the day, look that up.
Yeah.
But that was one of Benny Binion's give back to the neighborhood.
Yeah,
to the locals.
To the locals. I miss man. Anyways, all right, we're getting back to
well, what's the deal?
So Horseshoe's
the
coming
Horseshoe,
back.
The World Series of Poker.
Coming back to
we got to get
Horseshoe.
it back on the strip. We want to get it back into the Horseshoe brand.
Yep. Big. And this is a property Caesar's going to renovate. They're going to make the investment. They're going to bring back. I mean, if you've been to Bally's recently, it looks like it needs a little housekeeping.
Could use a little love.
A little bit of love. And I mean, Caesar's is ready to, make that investment.
Yeah, well, there's a few places on that side of the strip that could use a little attention.
And the Horseshoe as a brand, it's all about the gaming.
Yeah.
You don't think Horseshoe and the Bellagio is about.
The Horseshoe's not a casino; it's a gambling joint.
It's really a gambling joint.
It's a gambling joint.
It's a place where you go to suspend beliefs and everything, just to go play.
Casino's a place where you go for entertainment.
Yeah.
The Horseshoe's a gambling joint.
Yeah, 100%. And I think they're gonna try and get that back, right? Because there's no other reason to use that Horseshoe name.
I think if any operator just really said, I want to give the best value in town, I want to go to 3 to 2 Blackjack, I want to go,
Casino Quest.
Yeah.
Coming. Yeah, eventually.
Stand on soft 17 across the board.
Wow.
Do all do like real rules,
like Las Vegas Club.
Las
Vegas Club is the last place with liberal. Soft 17s, 5-card Charlie bonuses.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If
split aces all the way to
If you did that and kept the limits under control and had low limits.
Yeah.
Because you can't make money in it.
Dude, this is the audience for that. This is the audience for that. Low limits. No one needs $25, $50 tables.
I've seen a lot of stuff, but I've never seen a dead game make money.
That's 100%.
I've never seen a dead game make money.
Do you know how many
there's
times?
so many knuckleheads out there that refuse. I mean, my thing. One of the first things I did when I got to Palace Station, I'm walking the floor on Graveyard. It's like before I even had the job, I knew I was going, and I put the hoodie on and walked the floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did the whole thing,
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this $10 game on Graveyard sitting dead. I'm like, okay, that ship sailed. So I come back. Here's the new deal. You ready? $3 crap game.
Yes.
From 3 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Guess what? Drop increased $1 million.
Yep.
$1 million increase in drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how many people on this channel
I
have
had-
talked to me about this very thing?
I had a box man chase me down. He goes, do you have any idea what you're doing? $3 crap game?
Oh yeah.
I'm the director.
I know.
Okay, the box man's giving me like a bunch of noise.
Yeah.
He goes, I've been in the business 30 years and I'd never seen something so stupid. I said, let me straighten you out on something. You've been in the business 1 year 30 times. Okay, brother?
Yeah, I know.
And I walked away.
Yeah. No, 100%. I mean, it really is. I mean, I get it, Bellagio, all right? The expectation's a little different, but
It's Bellagio.
I know, but there are so many casinos
What about
we see
Palace
now.
Station at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I mean, that's just it. They have $5 tables. That's the thing. Jimmy has actually. I mean, Jimmy's one of the smartest bosses as
Best.
well. So I'm a huge.
If I was
huge
opening
fan,
up
by
a
the
joint,
way.
if we
could $3 game.
Yeah,
I
but we
totally
would
own
need
the $3
Alex.
game,
If
or
the three of
$5
us,
game.
if the three of us
Yeah.
could come up with the funds,
It's coming.
Jimmy would be the guy.
Little boutique casino.
Yeah, we'd have to
low
buzz
end.
Jimmy. See, we'd have to.
Jimmy, there's no smarter
We'd have
dealer.
to give him a couple points to get him out of the.
Of all the table games people I know, he literally. I mean, he deals Pai Gow tiles, dude. Do you deal Pai Gow tiles? Nobody deals Pai Gow tiles.
I can't
Jimmy,
spell Pai Gow
Jimmy teaches it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
He taught it at the.
No, I know.
community
He's
college.
literally the smartest dealer slash
I
table
worked with
director
him
I've
at the Mirage.
I bet.
We were working at the Mirage together.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
Huge fan. But we
That
get
was
asked
his
all the
nickname.
time
Was
about.
Lofon.
Oh, really?
Lofon, like the ghost, the white guy.
Oh, the
You
white
know what
guy?
I mean?
Yeah, interesting.
They had like 6 tile games.
Oh my God.
And you got all these hardcore tile games going down, and then there's Jimmy, Steubenville, Ohio's finest.
Yeah, I know. Dylan Tile. All
The
the
unofficial
agents
Mecca of
doing-
gaming.
Yeah. All right, so here, so Horseshoe's coming back. We have there's a little chatter about the promenade being evolved some way. It's not doing what they hoped it would do, and so I'm guessing that they're just going to make this massive investment, and they're going to see that place just really turn into a gambling mecca, if you will. All right, we know the Station Casino, so we have a very interesting property. A lot of locals are looking forward to it. That's going to serve sort of the west southwest area. So right now, if you live far southwest, you got the M.
Right.
If you roll back a little closer, you have South Point. But if you're southwest, up by like that IKEA, there's not a lot there. You gotta drive your ass to Red Rock, maybe Santa Fe a little bit, or come down to Trop. But they're building Durango Station is they already broke ground. It's pretty evolved.
Oh yeah.
End of year. So what do you think about that, sir? Durango Station.
I love it. David Horn is the general manager. He's the lead operator on the project. I got a chance to work with Dave a couple times. He's awesome. So they got the right guy in the position. But what I see is, you got Rhodes Ranch over there. There's how many hundreds of homes.
Alex lives there. That's going to be his next.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of our Asian friends live in that community. I think it's going to be a home run. It's going to be a baby Red Rock. It's going to be a baby Red Rock. I mean, Stations knows how to build that kind of product. If you guys haven't ever been to Red Rock yet, you got to, when you come to town, you got to go there, because if they picked up Red Rock and dropped it on the strip, it would fit. It would be. It's really.
Dude, the food at Red Rock is phenomenal. I love
Everything.
Red Rock. Still has a Keno Lounge. We love that.
There
The
you
pitch,
go.
fantastic.
Yeah. You see the new High Limit? You got to check it out. They
Oh,
closed
really?
the buffet.
Oh, yes,
right?
I have.
So they put it in where the buffet is.
By the way, I saw our friend Dustin. I saw him
Yeah.
at High Limit before I actually got to meet him. I saw him. I knew who he was just by seeing him there. Yeah.
He's a really good dude.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
got
Red
some
Rock's
really
a
great
fantastic
operators.
property.
The Stations boys, they really work hard, and if you really want to learn the business, you work with those guys, because, I mean, they count every paperclip, man. I mean, when it's time to do the P&L process, that's how I really learned how to be a director and how to run a casino, because it's not just 6 and 8. You know, it's buying equipment, and it's making sure your labor's tight, and you got to go and report every month to leadership at corporate. It's like your report card. It's called the P&L process, profit and loss, right?
Right.
And every line by line by line by line, you're going down those lines. Fortunate for me, I had a lot of good chatter, so it worked out okay. But I mean, you know, that one run where a famous UFC guy was winning a ton of money for the whole year.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, and then we finally got it all back right after Christmas.
Interesting.
But I mean, it was a tough hustle.
We send a lot of people to station casinos. It's easily you know, station casinos and Boyd properties we work with quite a bit. We train a lot of dealers to that property. It's a very, for the most part, it's a very transparent process. So it makes it really easy for us. We can have direct conversations with table game directors. They can tell us what they need.
Any of the dealers out there that are like really love the local environment. If you're in a job that's not making 200 a day, I'm telling you, this Durango station is going to be 200 plus a day. I really believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just on the demographic, and it's going to be a relatively small operation.
Yeah.
What are they going to have? 40 tables? How many ways you going to go?
It's a bit
It's all
smaller.
about how many ways you go. That's why everybody's making money now.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a lot less ways.
Yeah.
They're not. They can't afford to. They took games. They took slot machines. They took slot machines off the floor. The slot handles off the
I
chairs.
know. By the way, they're moving
Because
back
there's more
tables.
elbow room.
They're moving
right?
back tables. Not so much on the slots, but they're looking to open more tables. Just a lack of
Where are they going to
dealers.
find the dealers?
Yeah, they can't find the dealers. That's the problem. They've tried to put tables back in a few casinos, and they've called me. I've been getting calls, by the way. Amazingly, a couple months ago, so we used to have a cruise line that used to reach out every now and then, and we'd be like, hey, if you got anybody coming. But they were mostly looking not for dealers, but for supervisors, someone with multi-game talents that's in Vegas that wants to be on a cruise. They can typically find people in local markets that can at least deal the games. And I always tell you, if you go on a cruise ship, go as staff, go as a supervisor, so you get the better room, better accommodations, you're not squeezed in. But they're reaching out for dealers now. They keep asking me for, and I'm like, well, what do you want from me? Everybody, literally Florida, Colorado, Iowa, Seattle, Washington, Louisiana.
If you're looking for a career change or something like that, man, they'll put you to work right away.
So here's the interesting thing. So Vegas, their station is closing down, has already started demoing Texas station. We both work there.
Yeah.
I worked there as a craft dealer. You worked there as a boss.
Yeah.
And it's basically gone. That was kind of sad to
both Fiestas.
Both Fiestas are gone. I was really thinking that they were going to open because Fiesta Henderson was it just seemed to hold its own. It was a sort of but you have Sunset there.
Yeah, well,
they already have a
Sunset's
Sunset
doing so
station.
well, and I mean, Stations Properties has never done better, even with those 3 properties down.
Yeah.
You know, Palace is off the charts. Do you know
Palace? What a great turnaround.
Do you know Palace sometimes beats Red Rock?
Oh, I believe
Casino financially.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's a monster.
No,
it's
100%.
such a sleeper, man.
Can you imagine back
the job
in the day?
they're doing over there? It's amazing.
Back in the day, Palace was quite literally the breaking place you didn't want to end up at. You know what I mean? A lot of people thought it was a gateway to the Strip. It was a gateway back to downtown.
Yeah.
But now it's a whole different. I mean, even the movie theater is fantastic.
Oh, everything.
I ate at the broiler. Is it the broiler room? No. The charcoal room. I forget what.
Charcoal room.
Charcoal room. It's fantastic.
What about the oyster bar?
They have the world famous oyster bar.
The most profitable restaurant in Las Vegas per square foot.
Oh, 100% believe
They
it.
queue up 24 hours.
20 years ago, I happened to eat there because there was no line. But that's once every 20 years there's no line. They queue up all the time. It's impossible to get there to eat. So it's amazing. All right, but the station casinos is actually expanding their footprint. They're looking for not only Durango, but there's Sky Point, Inspirada, Sky Canyon, Inspirada. There's a few other places they're looking at.
Yeah.
So
the word on the street is they're going to double their footprint.
Double their footprint.
By 2030 or something like that.
Yeah, by 2030.
But I mean, so why would you want to have? I agree with them. I think it's a great move. I mean, they shut them down, right? COVID.
Right.
that's a pretty rough neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
that's at. You
No,
know?
100%.
So I mean, I worked there when you worked there. It's
Yeah.
we were picking casings up out of the.
No,
the
it was
parking lot
tough,
over
dude.
there. Yeah.
I mean, they have a
I'd
weeklies
have
across the
I
street.
used to have a police security
Yeah.
escorts in my car every night.
Yeah.
It was
Anybody
hardcore.
wanted any real money, they wanted someone to help them to their car.
Oh,
it was a bit
all the
rough.
time,
It was a
yeah.
bit rough. Okay, so we got one more last topic. We got two more real quick topics. One is,
ahead.
my question is, basketball, is it coming? Basketball arena, are we getting a basketball team?
I think eventually.
Yeah.
I don't think around the corner, but
Yeah.
the NBA's come out and says we're not looking to expand.
Well, there's
But
this
then
one
you
guy that's been trying to get an NBA team out here forever.
Well, LeBron James wants to get a team,
Oh, really?
and he's got
Here in
he's got a
Vegas.
little juice with the NBA.
But we have a guy that has an option on the strip, Robinson, something
Yeah,
like
Jackie
this.
Robinson.
Jackie Robinson.
Ex-Rebel basketball
And he
player.
keeps saying that he's
Big
raised the
business,
money, yeah, big business, and no one's really sure. Like, okay, the word came that a VC had given him like $5 billion
He's
or
a
got him a credit line.
super successful businessman. I mean, he had a lot of KFC stores and
Oh, really?
franchises.
Okay.
Yeah, he's legit.
Okay,
He's legit. Now,
So-
legit to be able to buy a $1 billion,
$1 billion development.
NBA team.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I think when you got Tillman Fertitta, would he bring the Rockets here to help,
Right?
to help support his?
That would
his
piss
new-
off Houston. I don't think so. I think
Hotel?
Houston's a big market now. Big market. Why would you move the Rock? I mean, I could see
because you're going to come to Las Vegas.
because you're gonna come to Las Vegas. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so next one is baseball. Oakland A's. Think they're gonna make the move? Do you think they're just
I
going
do.
through the?
No,
Yeah, no.
I think that they're definitely going to come.
Okay, what's your prediction? Where are they gonna end up?
Ooh, now that's
Oakland
a tough
A's.
one.
Yeah.
So, there's the Tropicana's up.
That's a big chatter.
That's big chatter. But can you imagine the traffic nightmare?
Nightmare.
On this, I mean,
I can't imagine how they're gonna do it.
It's challenging now.
Yeah.
But I mean, can you imagine you need 30,000 people? Because here's the deal. It's like I go to the Raiders game the other
Mm-hmm.
day, and they're playing Denver. No lie, there's at least 70% per orange jerseys in the stands.
Wow.
So what's going on? What am I trying to say? The visiting team, those
Yeah.
folks are coming to support their team and do a 3-day weekend. Well, how beautiful is that? I mean, it's a drag for the Raiders, like Raider Nation.
Mm-hmm.
They're not showing up. The visiting teams are
Right.
are coming really, really strong.
Okay. Well,
So, but that's what I'm saying. So
how
if
do you get the
A's
traffic
come,
done?
You got to spend money,
You gotta-
or you got to get a more logical piece of property.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the Rio's more logical.
the Rio is a really good option. And then what about the Wild Wild West?
100%.
Station casinos, they just shut down Wild Wild West. There is acres and acres. Back in the day, they were talking about building a super
Yeah, big spot.
big.
People don't
park.
realize how big that property goes back. So I
huge.
have some interesting stories, but those are for another time. But do you know that Wild Wild West that they had the Days Inn there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had coupon. It was Coupon Central, man. It was the last casino in town that would give you a coupon book when you signed up at the front desk, which was always stunning to me because I always found like there was a little disconnect because there was no coupon books at like Station. There was a coupon book if you get there, and so they still had the motel rooms. There was a Denny's, and it was literally a coupon book. Oh God, I have this story I
miss
want
your
to share, but I
coupons?
can't. No, I do. I was stunned because I worked for a
I'm
consulting
coupon
group.
guy.
And that was I went out and found all these sort of amenity lists that these properties had, and one of the amenities that the Wild Wild West has, or the Days Inn, they had a business center listed as an amenity, and their business center. So you walk in the doors. If you look quickly to your left, there's a little counter there with a little like computer kiosk. That was their business center, by the way. That was it. That was the center. But it was always fun to get that damn coupon book because guess what was in that coupon book? Discount to Denny's, dude. A discount to Denny's.
And it
Can
wasn't
you
even
believe
your
it?
birthday.
I mean, I would have friends checking in, and I'd be like, dude, save me the coupon book. I'll be down there. I'll help you out. No worries. We got you. But yeah, that was a big trucker place. Truckers love that place. The
trucker
rooms were
heaven.
cheap. A lot of places
Trucker
to
heaven.
park. Trucker
Yeah.
heaven. Okay. All right. So here's I got one more thing, and then we're out. All right. Tesla tunnels. What do you think? You love it?
Of course.
You
what's
think it's
not
a
to
death
love?
trap? What's going on down there?
I haven't been down there, but I mean,
It's safe.
I'm a big fan of anything that circumvents the traffic nightmare that
100%.
is Las Vegas.
By the way, they built that thing just like they put that tunnel down there. They were building like a new thing every day.
Elon's the Howard Hughes of our time, man.
I could see him down there with his little flamethrower and his booty shorts, just working it out down there, huh?
But you hear how they do it? It's like they can keep lower.
Oh,
They
it's
do
fantastic.
multi levels.
So everyone's signed on to this now, basically. They even have a stop at Fashion Show, apparently. They're going to have 51 stops. The Sphere is there. Everybody's in now, dude. Anyone who is at
could
all
you not be
skeptical. When we have the flooding, I didn't hear a single problem from them because everyone's like, oh, my God, what happens when the rains come? When the rains come, nothing. It's, and then people had all these little weird stories about how it could go south. It doesn't go south. They moved 1,400 people per hour through these tunnels when they just had the convention loop. I mean, sounds like a lot of people, right? You know what I mean? So I think it's big. I think I think the whole loop is big. I think it's another attraction. We saw the Resorts World opening up. We have yet to go, but they opened the depot there. By the way, all right. So hey,
That would be really cool if you could get your social media team to get a
get a ride
through and get a ride and
We will.
Nah, we're gonna totally do that. We want to do one little shout out. By the way, Resorts World has done a 180 since they first opened. Fantastic. When they first opened, price is a little high. Some of the choices they had made seemed a little dicey, especially for locals. We've had a ton of fun playing there. All the restaurants we've eaten at are really just fantastic. I even went to that Japanese foofy sushi
You went
eyeballs.
fufu?
I went fufu. I went all in.
Wow.
I went to this restaurant which I literally could not. I had no idea what they were. The guy had to order for me. The waiter said, "Listen, I'm gonna take care of you, and I'll bring you a dish I think you'll like."
We went to the Italian room for Karen's birthday, and we
Breeza?
went
At
to,
Resorts
forget
World?
the name of it.
Breeza.
Yep,
Fantastic.
is it?
Yeah, Breeza, yeah. 100. We've been there so many times.
Super,
Oh,
unbelievable.
absolutely fantastic. I got them making me a special food now because I like certain
Oh,
pasta
yeah,
with the.
big
Oh yeah, we're
time.
regulars, dude. We're
Oh
regulars.
yeah, we've been to way.
You guys
too
are
many
off the menu,
times.
guys.
Yeah,
now,
we're
huh?
off the menu.
The off the menu guys.
We're off the menu at a few places, but I will say that Japanese place, it scares me when I show up and I don't understand what the hell's in front of me. And they had the hand agitated foam and the kelp trimmings and the little eye. You know what I mean? Do you want to believe that they're not
You're never
eyeballs?
gonna make it in Asia, bro.
No, 100%. Dude, we were talking about that, dude. No, it didn't work out so well. But it was great. All the food there has been fantastic. Even the food court is like
That's
half
really
the price.
good to hear.
Yep. So we
I was a little disappointed when it first opened with the food court. I mean,
Oh,
it was crazy.
we were all
high.
disappointed, dude.
You
Yeah.
know?
But now it's gotten much better. Not everything is like off the charts, but it's also very good. Guess what? Crap tables, downtown odds, dude. On the crap tables there. They're doing 16 and 31. I mean, that's pretty
I had
good.
a good night on the crap game there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dennis keeps winning at the damn Monopoly game over there. I mean, big play, dude. Big $2,000 win, $800 win.
What are you doing to this guy?
I know. He's a gambling. He's
I'm a degenerate. Yeah, it's too
Oh,
late.
my
All right, ready?
goodness.
On that note, by the way, Dennis, let him know how much
Hey,
why
hey,
you're
I
a
got
winner.
a super chat.
He's a winner.
Connor Briggs gave us $10.
Thank you, sir.
Says you guys are still opening a branch in Oklahoma/Texas, especially considering that they have the 2 largest casinos in America.
We went to one of them. Wow, it's big.
It's like 5,000 slot machines.
Holy crap, dude. Which one did we go to? We got lost, dude. I mean, we literally had to call each other
Something
inside
Star,
the floor.
Lone Star.
Yeah,
or-
we went to the Star one. What's the Star one we went to? I even have the
can't-
damn.
I forgot.
We forgot. Windstar?
Windstar. Yeah, there you go.
Windstar.
Nice.
We
Job.
were lost, dude. We went around to one other side
I
of
heard
the
it's like
casino.
5,000 slot machines.
It's so big, dude. Great keno, by the way.
Well, there you go.
I was up $500 in like 3 minutes. Right away, great keno. The paybacks are great. Like they could have really sucky paybacks if they wanted, but the paybacks were fairly good, competitive with Vegas. But the place was so massive. I mean, just walking around there, holy! So you get all your steps in, dude. It's like the MGM. It might actually be bigger. The floor might be bigger than the MGM, right? Because that's a big ass floor, dude. But anyways, all right. What do you think? We're gonna give a last couple things. Are we gonna give a giveaway? Do we have more than 100 likes?
We
Say
have
yes.
91 likes.
All right, if we get 100 likes in like literally 2 minutes, we're gonna give away a Genius hat, another one. And that for the person that wanted us to sign this, we're supposed to send you the hat. We everybody here sign the hat. We need your address, dude. You gotta send us your damn address. We don't know where you live.
The crystal ball's not working.
No, it's not working. So we had this wonderful fan reach out to us and say, hey, I want you to sign it. I don't know whether he's planning on stopping by, but if you're listening today, please send us your address. Say, hey, that was for me. We signed it all. But I'm going to give you this genius hat. Genius hat. I'm sure we're going to get there. People just get lazy. You know what? They get enraptured by the conversation, and then they lose track of their fingers.
They're in the zone, man.
They're in the zone. Look at that. Dennis. And while we're waiting for everybody, because we're going to give away this hat, Dennis has, just so you know, his first big win was on Keno. We go to Blackhawk.
We're going to fade to black right
We go to
now.
Blackhawk. We start off with a big Keno win. Alex is losing on craps. We go and I hit for $2,400 on this machine. The guy was stunned. He didn't even think the machine could hit so early because they had just installed it the day before. And I hit this machine for $2,400. I'm like, dude, the machine's a hit when they hit. There's no like...
By the way,
I mean?
what's the word? You're going to do a
What's the
giveaway?
word? No, we're going to see. First, we got to get to 100.
Well, we got 100.
Oh, we got
111.
100? See how that motivates? People just get crazy engaged. Let's do... can we do Keno? Have we done Keno? We do Keno
We've
a
done
lot.
Keno
You
before.
pick a word, sir. Mirage, maybe? Or you pick a word, and that'll be the word of the day.
The word of the day is spear.
Spear?
Spear?
Spear.
Oh, really?
That's you've been pumped up about the spear.
Oh, the spear.
sphere.
The spear. Oh, I was talking like a pickle spear. I'm like, I like pickles. The sphere. Yeah, sphere. Yeah, I'm pumped up about the sphere.
Yeah.
MSG Sphere is going to be fantastic. I'm so looking
It's
forward to
going to
that.
be a must-come.
I'll wait in line.
They're
I'll
gonna-
literally wait
People
there.
are going to fly here just for that.
100%. I really do. I absolutely believe that that's going to be a thing. But anyway, so I hit this $2,400 a Keno machine. Okay. And then over the course of our, because we were out there for about 8 days, we went to Oklahoma. We kind of looked at the spaces, everything else. And, we're down to our original, we used that money to eat and room and stuff like this. And so we're looking at our bankroll. We're in Blackhawk. We now got to break into our original $1,000 that we brought to kind of, spend and everything else. David bellies up to, guess where, by the way, in Blackhawk, the Horseshoe. Hit for $1,400, dude. Put us right out at the gate. Didn't that right, Dennis?
I played the fifth.
Yeah, 100%. He was there the whole time. He was loving. He was so excited, dude. He was having so much fun. He enjoyed. All right, what do we got? All right, they're doing it.
Yep,
You
they're
tell them when
spamming.
to stop, and then pick the number, buddy. You're gonna be the. Just tell them when to stop, because they're.
Stop.
1 through 20.
7.
Say 2. Reds. Fanatic.
Reds Fanatic.
I think I said that correctly. If I butchered it, I'm sorry.
How could you butcher that? It's REDS. Is it REDS? What's going on?
No, the fanatic part.
Oh,
because
the
they didn't spell
fanatic.
it. Yeah, they didn't spell it the normal way.
Oh, they spelled it a different way. All right. Well, anyways, Red something or other. Please, he's gonna. Dennis is gonna text you. We need your address.
We need the address.
So we know. Yeah, we know where to send it.
Don't put it in chat, please. Do
No,
not
no.
put it in
Yeah,
chat.
don't
Do
put it in
not.
chat.
Do not do that.
We're not gonna send you a bill. It's absolutely 100% free. We're gonna send you a genius set, and I think we're just
Free postage and handling.
Yeah, free postage.
You're
We're
gonna
gonna send it COD.
You're gonna eat the postage.
Like
and handling?
$100 COD. When you get there, you're like, damn it, I want. You know what I mean? No.
Yeah, you're good guys.
Yeah, we're fed. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Anything else? Do we have any last minute questions? Anybody? That's it. All right. We're gonna, I guess, fade to black. Thank you guys so much. If you want to schedule some time with us, CasinoQuest.biz. Otherwise, shopCasinoQuest.com. We have some fantastic merch and some new layouts. We have these new black and gold DGMK layouts and craps kits.
Store looks great.
And the store really,
seriously,
we've come a long way.
I'm so
man.
proud of you guys. You
We've
know
really
that,
come a
right?
long way. It's fantastic. It's
Thanks
been
for
such a
having me,
great
brother.
journey. Thank you, sir, very much. We always enjoy having you on the channel. Good stuff. All right, thank you guys. Take care. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.